Welcome to Car House. This is a three-pedal podcast. I'm Al Richards. Try to run this sometimes of a train wreck of a show. We have Mike Palumbo, Michael as his wife calls him. I knew that would get you.
Oh, God.
And then, I forgot where I was. And Ben Jensen is here to fill in for Dan on vacation. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And if it's your first time, welcome. If not, thanks for coming back. Dan's on vacation at Alpine Volksfair. He should be back by time this airs tomorrow. And we'll recap next week when he gets back about everything he did. And Ben will cover some of the stuff he didn't get the first time he was here. And he went to the Beast Coast meet yesterday. And I wanted to talk about... I told the trailer story, but I want to have you tell that. Yeah.
So I found I guess the thing is, towing the red truck anywhere, it's miserable. It's a 3-speed automatic, so at 55 miles an hour, it's 3,500.
Like driving it, right?
Driving it. At 55 miles an hour, it's 3,500 RPMs in an old diesel, and it's screaming. So I'm like, if I'm going anywhere further than, an hour local, I was like, I need a trailer. I always borrowed my friend Jonah's trailer, which is just a standard 2-axle car trailer, but come to find out the red truck can't fit in between the wheel wells. So I was like, all right, it's time for a deck over trailer, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. And then I did the marketplace thing where I found one, and the guy was asking $2,500 and the whole 9 yard, offered him less, and he had other people coming to look at it, blah, 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 blah. And finally he gets back and says, listen, 2 of the axles, the brakes are locked up. He's like, I'll sell it for $1,500. And I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I'll give you $1,000. I was like, I can be up there in 2 weeks. And I was like, don't hold it for me, nothing. If you got other people coming, then sell it. That's fine. We went back and forth a little bit, and he's like, you know what? I'll actually hold it for you. And I went, shit. Now I have to drive 3.5 hours into Maine.
Well, that's what I asked you when you were on. I was like, so what happens when you low somebody? Lowball.
Yeah, and then they get you.
Yeah.
And so it was a great deal. I mean, you can't touch a deck over trailer anywhere around here for anywhere close to that. Even something like halfway decent, still $4 or $5,000. And then buying one brand new is $9,000. And it just, I'm not financing a trailer. I'm all set. It's too much.
Yeah.
Left with my dad at 4:00 in the morning on a Saturday. Drove up through the Notch. We got to Maine that way, which was interesting. I'd never been up through there, but
it's a good way to go.
It's awesome.
It's a really good way to go.
Through North Conway.
Yep, the Notch during the sunrise was so cool. I'm like, okay, we get to this guy's house at 8:00 in the morning. I am ripping the brakes out of this trailer in this man's driveway in middle of nowhere.
Because you're
Maine.
just yanking it out, right?
So the middle axle, it's triaxle. The middle axle, the brakes were all right. They weren't seized, I guess is what I should say. And then the front axle and the rear axle were seized up. So I should have, thinking about it afterwards, I should have done a reverse, but I gutted the whole front. I just took all the brakes right out of it, put the hubs back on, and put the wheels back on. In the rear, we took the wheels off and chained the axle up so it wasn't touching the ground, and then that also gave me 2 spare tires for the way home, just in case anything happened. Not thinking about weight distribution, I should have gutted the rear and then raised the front up because the trailer had no tongue weight after doing that. So anything over 55 miles an hour, and we were all over
it's
the
just highway. Hopping.
No, swaying.
Oh.
Have you ever seen those videos of a trailer start to sway and then the truck goes?
Yep.
That's what was happening. So, 3.5 hours into Maine, we had the cruise control set at 50 miles an hour, and we just drove. It didn't get crazy. It didn't get weird. If we hit a good bump, it would start to sway a little bit. Just hit the brakes. It was fine. But the trailer had no decking. Tires are new as of 23, so they're not bad.
Awful.
They're not dry rotted. They weren't anything terrible. It needed paint, and then because we are who we are, I was like, well, it needs more lights, it needs more of this, it needs more of that, and so I was like, I'll do the 3/4 inch button lights, down the side of it, and I got 5 3/4 inch holes in, and I said, this is terrible. I said, but
how thick was the metal?
I'd say 1/4 inch. No, yeah, there's steel beams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was thick. I ate through 2 step bits, a 3/4 inch drill bit, and a 3/4 inch hole saw.
Oh wow!
Just destroyed them. But now it has 30 button lights down, or 15 down each side, and I used some like tractor paint and just nice like weatherproofing paint. So it's all like fresh black now. Painted the wheels, just the stupid stuff, and then redecked it. I just did 3 feet of decking on each side. Enough for the truck to be on it and have a little extra room, but I figured leaving the center open made it for a lighter trailer, less money spent because that wood is not cheap.
Yeah.
I did they're 12-inch wide by 12 feet long, 2-inch. They're 2 by 12 by 12s, and I needed 12 of them for what I did because it's 6 boards on each side technically, all cut down and whatnot. And it was that alone was like $600 worth of lumber, and I was like, no, I don't need to spend extra money on that. But yeah, its first excursion was this weekend. I ended up cutting the steel ramps off of it and bought aluminum ramps that are 7 feet long, so just a little bit lighter. They're not sticking straight up off of the back of the trailer. They're not noisy. I load them literally right, that gap I left in the center, I just load the ramps right underneath the truck. And the truck can still air out on them with no problem, so that worked out well. But yeah, the only thing I found out that I have to do is take the front lip off the truck. Oh. So I loaded it the first time just as a trial run. Drove down the street, made sure everything was good, and then when I was unloading it, I could hear a cracking noise or like some sort of noise. I'm like, it's the trailer. All of a sudden, I can see the lip fly off the front of my truck. It snapped in half because it's fiberglass. Blew the whole thing right off, and I'm like, cool. So that was 3 days before the show. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to re-fiberglass this, paint this, and then put it back on. So now it's 2 bolts. I take the lip right off of the truck, and then it loads and unloads perfectly fine. There's no issues. But it worked well. I'm super happy with it. And then, yeah, I made the trip down to Thompson, Connecticut this weekend with 0 issues.
That's awesome.
I was on the way back. I loaded it kind of by myself. My friend Miles was there. He was set of eyes, but he hadn't loaded it with me before. I moved it probably a little bit too far forward on the trailer, so the ride home was a little bit more rough. You could feel it on the tongue. So it was like pushing down pretty heavy on the back of the truck. So I just needed to back it up 6 inches. I would have been fine, but I was like, well, let's see what it's like. Is there a difference? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? And it ended up being worse. So
might have to put some like mark the trailer so you'd be like, all right, just put it here and I'm good every time.
Nowhere to stop. And because the other thing is I don't want to put the rear wheels on the... so it's an 18-foot flat top with a 4-foot dove off the back. And I was like, I don't really want the truck on the dove. I would rather the whole thing be on the flat of the trailer just because in my head that makes me feel better about it. So if I get up like right at the peak of the dove and just stop, we're good. So I just have to, like you said, make lines or look over and be like, oh, this stake pocket's here. I can line up with this, whatever it might be. But, I also spent a little bit of money and got an electronic jack for the front of the trailer. Mm-hmm. So instead of spinning it, I literally just stand there and hit a button. Oh, yeah. So nice. I was like, the jack that was on there was bad anyway. So I was like,
But you sit there and you're just...
It's miserable.
It gets to a point where you're just rowing it around.
$230 at Harbor Freight for the electronic jack, I'm doing it. It's rated for 5,000 pounds. Yeah. I was like, we're good.
No question.
No, and to be honest, I preloaded the truck Friday night and parked it back in the shop on the trailer and had it on the jack all night long. I put a car jack underneath it just to be safe. It was one of those things, if I walked in Saturday morning and the thing was on the ground, like the whole trailer and everything, I would have been a little upset. But no, it held fine, no issues, no nothing. So that was pretty exciting.
Nice.
And cruise down to Beast Coast.
All right. I wanted to, before we get into that,
yep.
The Celsior. I fucking love driving that thing.
Such a good daily.
Absolutely love driving it.
Yep.
I drove it. Every time I'm like talking to somebody, I'm like, I've driven it more in the last 2 weeks than I drove the Skyline all last year.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So,
what do you like about it? Like,
it's comfortable.
Yep.
I mean, you had one for a minute.
Yep.
But like, I had one before. I had an LS, and it just driving. I don't know. There's no. I mean, automatic right-hand drive is way easier than a manual, just less stuff to pay attention to. But I don't know. I just like driving it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was one of those cars that got away. I probably have 5 cars that should have kept.
Yep.
Wish I didn't have to, but this was one of them. And I already told Steven, I was like, I'm not getting rid of this thing. The Skyline will go before this.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, the radio. Mm-hmm. It's a navigation. Everything's in Japanese. Can't use it. Nope. I bought a cassette Bluetooth. Hell yeah, brother. So I got a cassette Bluetooth.
Yep.
So put it in. Sounds like shit.
Wait, Bluetooth cassette?
Bluetooth cassette.
We've made it to this?
Yes.
We've made it to that point.
We have.
Wow.
So I put it in. I paired my phone. I start listening. I'm like, this sounds like shit. I'm like, I wonder if it's the audio. But Steven had left a cassette aux, so I put that in, went inside, grabbed one of my old iPods that were in the GTI, plugged it in. I was like, oh, it sounds perfect. So something with the Bluetooth just does not sound good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all the climate controls in Japanese, the radio. I was like, this sucks. So I start looking into it. They don't make a fit kit for the navigation. Mm-hmm. They don't make a wiring harness for the navigation. So what people do is they take out the nav, the CD, and the climate control and put in a US non-nav climate control. And then underneath that would be the non-nav, like the radio.
Yep.
So then you get the fit kit and you put a radio in it. So when I was at Dust Off 2 weeks ago, I was with Ryan, and I was like, hey, like, what do you think I should do? I go, he's like, let me do some research, but I go, there's no wiring harness. He's like, I go, I'm replacing everything. I go, amps, subs, door speakers.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, we just need basic power, ground, ignition. Like, we can figure that out.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. So I start messaging him. And we're going back and forth, and he's like, what's your budget? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not really, he's going to end up listening to this, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not looking to spend a shit ton of money. And then
You're going to.
I am. So we go back and forth, and I'm like, I'd like do this. And he's like, well, here, do this. And he's like, I would get these amps, and like this head unit's better because this one has the haptic touch.
Yep.
He's like, I put it in my car. I hated it. So I upgraded to this one. I was like, yeah, it might not bother me. I was like, so I go to his work, and he basically gives me, like, he had sent me a text with everything, and then I go there, and now he's showing me this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, when you get home, send me a detailed price. That way I can mix and match.
Yep.
Gave me 2 sets of amps, 2 sets of head units, and 2 sets of subs. And I'm like, all right, cheap. Not cheap. He said, spend more money on the amps than you do the door speakers. Mm-hmm. Like, I can make anything sound good. I was like, all right, cheap head unit, door speakers, whatever. We'll go with the higher end amps. I'll go with the cheaper subs.
Yep.
Then I'm like, like, I was like, all right, I'll do the higher subs. I was like, do you think it's worth it? He's like, I do.
Yep.
I was like, all right, screw it. I'll do that. He's like, all right, I'll go ahead and order everything. The next day, I'm like, hey, like, is the head unit that much better? I was doing my own research, and he's like, I can't really justify it, but at the same time, it is a better head unit.
Yep.
I was like, screw it, let's do the better head unit. So I'm gonna end up spending all the money on it. But I'm doing like 3 side jobs. I did one yesterday, and then I got a clutch job coming up, and I got another kid that I grew up with, has a Tiguan, brand new, wants to put lowering springs in it.
Perfect.
And replace all the brake pads and rotors with like dimpled and cross-drilled slotted and ceramic pads. And I was like, cool.
Yeah,
I was
deal.
like, this will pay for just about everything. But
it's that buy once, cry once.
Yeah,
like, you
that's why I was like, you know what?
Right?
Yeah. And he's like, if you want to add a second amp and a third amp and a second set of subs later, he's like, if you don't care about trunk space, I go, I don't. He's like, we'll build a big ass porta box in here.
Jeez.
So Al's gonna start doing sound competitions.
Oh
and
my
just
God. What are those things called? The wall of speakers that they pull out of the car shows and put on the roof, and that's gonna be Al.
Those old Blazers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Subs on both sides in the back.
Can't even sit inside of it.
Just reliving my 20s.
It's so good.
So I was pumped about that.
But it's also the perfect car to do it to.
Yeah.
It's not fast. It's not anything. It's a cruiser. It's a daily, and to have a good sound system in it that you can enjoy is perfect. And it's quiet. Like the exhaust wise, engine wise, it's quiet-ish.
Yeah.
So you can actually hear these
It's your
things.
perfect Luxo cruiser.
Yeah.
Like, I still, to this day, like, I mean, everybody loves, D2, D3, A8s, all that stuff. But if you just want a Luxo cruiser to cruise around in and not worry about, you buy an LS or a GS.
Yeah.
And
there was an LS on the track yesterday at Beast Coast.
So a kid I worked with was there, and his girl, who actually listens to this, she posted, and there's a picture. Mm-hmm. And he had commented on it, so I replied to him like, "Hey, what's the deal with that? Is that thing manual, or are they just ripping it?" And he hasn't got back to me yet. But
I'm pretty sure it's a manual. It sounded like it was manual when he was
but
on
like
the track.
you remember that LS that was on Hoonigan?
Yep.
They had their drift area. He had an automatic, and he drifted that thing like it was a
blows
manual.
my mind.
Yeah,
like the guy from Drift HQ did too. Duarte or whatever. He had a BMW that I'm pretty sure was an automatic, and he drifted it.
Yeah.
But good for them. I mean, what if you can make it work? I guess,
if you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Not that I know drifting, though. I mean, aren't you usually in second or third gear most of it anyway? If it's an automatic, if it's one of the old school ones like the LS, you put it in L or 2 or whatever and just...
clutch kicking.
Yep.
Or like that's the only thing you miss out on at that point, right?
But I mean, I'm assuming if you really, really wanted to, you could put a second set of rear calipers in the back with a
well, yeah, you can handbrake for sure.
You could set up a handbrake on it. So
it wouldn't really make a difference.
No.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Take traction control off and just
a little
hammer
less
it.
Control, I guess, would probably be what you're lacking. But at the end of the day, if you're on a small enough track, or a lot of those things, not that they don't matter, but you can make it work without it.
Yep. So I love that thing. And,
it's perfect.
I'm all about it.
Yep. Excited to watch TV in the back of it and cruise around and watch movies in the headrest. It's perfect.
There's TVs in the visors.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So I got to talk to Ryan
while
and
you're
see
driving
if there's a way to, because there's no sound. I guess figure out if there's a way to get sound out of the DVD player to run with the rest of the system, which I don't think I would assume you'd use like a Y splitter for the RCAs.
Yeah, would make sense.
As long as it doesn't do anything to the quality of the rest of it.
Yeah.
If he's down for it, I don't care.
Yeah, might as well.
Just something stupid. I could stuff a DVD in it.
Listen to Cars.
You can watch Cars while you're driving down the road.
Put the kids in the back.
Yeah.
And then Steven's been with my GTI. He likes it.
I know. He's been posting pictures of it like every day.
He's all about it. He wants to buy a 2.5 Golf to commute with now.
Really?
So because he's like, he knows he can't drive it back and forth every day. So just because like he lives in
Campton, right?
Waterville.
Okay.
So like he lives on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
So if he ends up, like it was raining the other morning, he was going to bring it in. He's like, I couldn't see shit. He's like, I'm blind anyways. I got horrible high eyesight.
True.
So he's like, he ended up taking his Bronco, but he knows he can't drive it every day. So he's like, I still need a good commuter that gets good gas mileage.
See, isn't that a shame when you buy a commuter and then you end up not commuting the commuter?
Yeah.
We all do that. But.
Every time. But he's got the Bronco. He's got an old Cop Explorer.
Yep.
And he's like, that thing gets like 12 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
But he drove that all winter. It's like he drives that like 4 days a week, and then his Bronco one. But
whatever works.
Yep. And then I had a coworker get fired.
Ooh,
last
for what?
week. The girl, Lindsay, she left work. She blew out at like 1 in the afternoon. Didn't tell anybody. Just like we knew. She's like, oh, you got a doctor's appointment. So she just packed her shit up and left. And my service manager came and dropped a waiter off on her box.
Oh.
Like a half an hour goes by. I'm walking around looking for clips for headlight trim rings. Because we take them off, we just throw them in the trash. But I shut the hood on this car, and the thing just flopped off. And I was like, I don't really want to go and bill out $100 trim ring.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just need new clips. So I was like, hey, does anybody have any? And somebody ended up finding me like 3 or 4, but I was walking by her bay, and I was like, how long has this waiter been here? So I was like, well, I'll just pull it in. And I walked by the manager's office, and I was like, hey, just to let you know, Lindsay left at 1 o'clock. And we kind of knew, and I think she told Ed, but like, she's gone.
Yeah.
I go, I don't know what happened. And he was pissed. I pulled the car in. He comes out. We have this whiteboard calendar where we write our days off. So more for the shop to know.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Casey's not coming in. I'm not coming in, whatever. She had it down there, leaving at 1. He came out, grabbed that thing, and hucked it straight in the trash. And went back in his office. And then one of the guys in the shop must have messaged her, be like, hey, he's mad at you, blah, blah, blah. She comes in the morning and just starts right at him. And she's like, wow. I want HR involved. I don't know what. Steven was there, but he basically was like, she just came in and just going right at him. I want HR involved. They go in. HR's like, send her home. So she went home for the day. And then he ended up leaving later that day. He's like, I'll be back Monday. And then we had heard from one of the other techs that she had a meeting with HR on Monday. Weekend goes by. Monday morning, they go in. She comes out with HR. They're sitting at her box. She starts top drawing everything, shutting it down. And we're like, did she get fired? Like, what happened? So I went into like one of the back offices, and the girls back there were like, she was screaming through the wall
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit. So, yeah, they end up letting her go.
Wow.
But, yeah, for the most part, it's been an ongoing issue with her. Like, it wasn't like the first thing, but
yeah,
I guess she had said something to one of the girl service writers that was young, and something went to HR about that.
So there was more.
Yeah, it was one of those things where she should have been fired probably a while ago.
Yeah, this was a good last straw.
Yeah, but I think because she's a girl, optics, probably kept her around a little too long.
How many female mechanics are there?
I've only worked with 2 in 20-something odd years.
It's not many. Good for the ones that are in there.
Yeah. But I told Laura, I told her how many hours I was at for the week, and she's like, they should have fired people years ago. And I was like, yep. But I made a joke because she's like, Laura's like, if they're looking for any help, she's like, I can come in and do as many hours as she did. And I told Adam that.
Yeah.
But
remember a couple of years ago, it was more than a couple of years ago, you made all those hours one night, and we were downtown Manchester.
Oh.
You made a scene in the middle of the street. I could do whatever I want.
This was Hutchie was still living here.
Yep.
So 17, 18.
Yeah.
I was peak hours. And I don't know what I think I paid for like your drinks or something. I put something on our tab and she was giving me shit about it. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I made 90 fucking hours this week. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I was hammered. I was just talking shit.
Just a full-blown scene in the middle of Elm Street.
I think it was like, I think we were in McGarvey's.
I think we had just walked out. We were walking either back to our cars to come up here or whatever we were doing. Because I remember it being like middle of Elm Street.
It might have been Walker's bachelor party.
It could have been.
But it was. I was hammered, and I was like, I made 90 hours. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, that was. That might have been the time Jen Benson came out to play.
Probably. Yeah. Thank God they're not around anymore. Some tough times.
He walked out of McGarvey's one night, like 1 a.m, just talking shit to like 3 bikers.
Yeah.
Justin had to be like, he's drunk. Don't mind him.
Allegedly, I was trying to read the back of their vest, and the guy gave me a hard time for doing so, and I was like, what, dude? And then I started getting melty, and it wasn't going to end well for me.
We were talking last night because I went out in Manchester last night with one of my buddies, and like I avoid Manchester like the plague.
Yep.
I have no interest, but like we wanted to go to Crown for dinner, so we were like, all right, let's go to Crown. I hadn't been to Industry East, so we were like, let's go to Industry East.
Industry's cool.
And then we started, like, we hit a couple other places after, and I always laugh because I know Dan loves Strange Brew, and I always give him hell. Like, we got a drink at Strange Brew, and I walked in there, and I'm like, I remember why I don't come here. Yep. But anyway.
They've got chicken dinners.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fried pickles?
Yep.
It's true. I mean, we're all jaded by the $2 Tuesday days anyway. Yeah. But no, we were just like walking around, and like because it was gorgeous out, so we walked like up and down Elm Street a couple times, and I was like, McGarvey's. I'm like, shit, I haven't been to McGarvey's since I was probably 21.
Yep.
And I got kicked out of McGarvey's 3 times in the same night.
That'll happen. Yep.
I just kept on getting kicked out the front door, going in the back door.
We frequented McGarvey's for a while.
Yeah, your whole group.
Yeah,
they used to go there. I probably only been in there like 10 times.
We would buy pitchers of beer for ourselves and just go back to the table with a pitcher and drink right out of it.
We used to because we obviously, like, last night prompted the conversation because my buddy used to work in Manchester and I did too on Elm Street, and we were talking about the pint.
Yep.
And like that was our spot.
Yep.
And no one would ever think, but because it was like a Jamaican kind of themed bar, whatever, their oxtail, rice and beans, and fried plantain dinner that they had, it was like $12 or something like that back in the day, and it was so good.
They had all those tater tot options.
Yes.
Dude, so my girlfriend and I went in there to the Pint probably a year and a half ago. I don't know if it was just an off night or whatever it was, but I think we got in there at like 8:30. They were like, we're not doing food anymore for the night. And I was like, okay, like it's still early, but whatever. I ordered a Tito's and ginger ale. It was soda water and a splash of Tito's tops.
How is that?
And then
I always get Tito's and lemonade.
Tito's and ginger ale. It's less sugar.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm going to have to try that.
And then I think she got a margarita, and it was like, again, like just a watery lemon, like almost like lemon juice.
Yeah.
Is what it tasted like. And I was like, ugh.
I'm like a firm So like last night, like when we went to Crown and Industries, like I got bourbon drinks.
Yep.
And they were all fantastic.
Yep.
But like when we went to like Shoppers.
Keep going.
What was I was like, what is that whirring noise?
I had to turn the AC on.
Oh.
So the fan kicked on outside
yeah.
the thing.
But like we went to Shoppers after, and then we ended up at Strange Brew, and I was like, I'm not getting drinks. I'm like, I got a crispy High Life at Shoppers, and then I don't know, something. I think I got like a Zero Gravity from Vermont at Strange Brew, but it was like, I'm on board with you there. It's like there are some bars where it's like
I'm good.
You just get a beer.
Yep.
You also know the bars that you go to that you do not get a draft beer and you only get a bottled beer. And then
sometimes you can scope it out, even if it's a brand like a bar you've never been to. You can walk in and be like, okay, this is this is a beer bar or a bottled beer bar.
We laugh all the time because they're like, if I go with my buddy John and we go out in Concord, more often than not, like we'll end up like running into Wholesale or something like that. If him and his wife are out on like a date night or whatever, so we've met up with them a couple times, and like it's been Panucci's. And it's like, when you walk into a bar and if top shelf is Tito's, don't drink out of the taps.
Nope. You're getting a bottled beer.
Do not. You either get bottled beer or you just get basically straight. The only reason why I think we've, because Sean and Laura, I think we're doing like the winter shopping thing around Christmas one year, and you and I ended up at Panucci's.
Cheers. Was it?
Yeah, we went to Cheers, but then you and I ended up at Panucci's.
We might have, yeah.
And Al ordered a Tito's and lemonade, and I was like, I'm scoping. I'm like, does the lemonade, is it coming out of the gun? Or is it no? And they pulled out like a jug of like Minute Maid lemonade, and I was like, all right, I'm like, I'll get a Tito's and lemonade then.
Let me be the guinea pig.
I mean, the ice still could have been questionable.
Well, yeah, sometimes it is, but that's why you
Using their bare hand to pour it in there.
You got to drink it fast enough the ice doesn't melt. It'd be a little bit better.
Jesus.
Man, I feel like we could have a whole tangent on dive bars.
Oh,
yeah, we definitely could.
Old bar stories.
There's too many of them.
And then, I had one more. Oh, Richie. Richie had, I had talked about my old OZTs. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'll look and see if I can find who had them. But yeah, he sent me the thing, but he's like, the guy had gotten rid of it by then. So he's like, they're long gone. They're probably not even in New England anymore. Mm-hmm. But he sent me a picture of them on another car he had redid the lips, just got rid of the copper.
Okay.
So they're copper center black bolts, and then
probably looks decent.
Lips. It looked fine. It didn't look the same though.
No, definitely not the same.
I'm wondering. I still was like, I want to know what happened to them. Because I was like, if they're cheap enough, I was like, I'd buy them back and throw them on the EOS.
Throw them in the basement.
Yeah, throw them in the basement. Add them to the rest of the collection.
I almost bought a set of wheels for a car that I didn't have yet.
Oh, yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because I'm still thinking of the SL.
Yeah.
And I saw like a perfect set of 18-inch AMG Aero 2s. Mm-hmm. So they were like the factory, like I think they're like 18x8 with like a 44 offset or whatever. So not like great fitment, but like perfect set of wheels, just completely refinished, like classy silver centers, polished bolts, polished lips, black barrels, and it was like $1,200. Which I mean, you
could put those on an AMG or a Mark V wagon.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I didn't buy them.
Are they still for sale?
I don't know. I'd have to look again.
Ben will send him a message. $600.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna start. What I'm gonna start doing is if I'm buying something off of Marketplace, I'm just gonna send you and just be like, Ben, just work out a deal.
That's an $800 set of wheels.
Yeah.
We're in.
Like, hey, I got $600 for that $800 set of wheels.
God, yeah.
I think I've decided though, like whatever I get, if I do get an SL, I'm gonna wait until over the winter.
Yeah.
And just buy them. Hopefully find someone that just doesn't have a place to store it or anything like that, and then just do that. And then with the Dan's car dealership barn dominium, whatever you want to call it, that he has in his backyard, I'm sure you can find a spot for me to sit until the spring.
Yeah. I told Laura that I'm officially not looking for a Mark III anymore. If one happens to pop up,
what a shame that would be.
Yes, but I'm 100% happy with the Celsior right now. Mm-hmm. So if I can find like a clean roller that needs a motor that I can put a 3.6 in,
so it can sit in your garage for another 9 years.
My garage, but
Do you even have room in the garage for it
I
to
don't.
sit? No,
I don't.
no.
That's the other thing. I don't have any room
Dude,
because
take the money from the Mark III, do the garage project.
I haven't brought that up to Lara yet. So
Laura,
luckily
Hey,
she
Laura,
hasn't
if you're listening.
Yeah, luckily she hasn't been listening last couple episodes. She's been busy.
Well, today might be your chance because her and
I know.
Shauna are pounding margaritas in the
I know.
backyards.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. She's, she catches it.
We
Whatever.
got to take a little extra longer with the podcast so she can have an extra drink,
Yeah.
and then we can throw it at her.
But I had reached out to Jimmy, who had originally he'd done Dan's garage, but he had blown out the roof in mine so I could put the lift in. And I reached out and said, "Hey, you want to come over and give me a quote?"
Yep.
So the goal is to take the Mark III money and talk to Laura and be like, "Hey, let's do this."
Yeah.
So
So would you do too deep?
too deep. So I had done the measurement years ago, 17 more feet.
Yep.
It basically brings me 3 or 4 feet past where the hot tub is.
Okay.
And she's like, and she had mentioned it like 3 weeks ago. She's like, if we ever do the garage, the hot tub can just go away.
It's also yard you guys, besides the hot tub, it's
Yeah.
yard you don't really use
No,
anyway.
we don't use it because the hot tub's there.
Yeah.
So it would just blow it back.
And it wouldn't mess the patio up at all.
Nope.
It would just box it in, if anything,
Yep.
which is fine. Yeah.
So
Put a TV outside
Oh, yeah.
on the wall.
Yep.
You could build like a roof, connect a roof over, like from the garage to the house, over the patio.
Yep.
Be styling.
wow, that was weird.
That just
Yeah,
took
I
up
know. It
all
was
the
like
audio.
Yeah.
yeah, it was so loud.
But yeah, so I don't know. We'll
My bad.
talk to her
It's
at some point.
Not a
and
bad idea.
So take
and
all my extra
If
money. And
anything, it makes the house worth more.
I figure if I put my money where my mouth is, she's more apt to be like,
Yeah.
all right, fine. So
So
but
he
yeah,
gave you a quote, and the quote
he
was,
has not
okay.
yet. I had a rough idea, which it was a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but
Is it within Mark III money?
oh yeah, no. That's why.
I figured I had to
But
ask.
giving her my money, put a nice down payment on it, and then we can go from there.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so I'd like to. Yeah, it would give me 2 deep, 2 wide, and
Yeah.
put a stacker on the left side, move my lift up on the right.
Yep.
And we each have a spot in the garage.
Absolutely.
And I could technically hold 6 cars in there.
Yeah.
I could bring the 240 home from Shane's house that I still have not seen.
Which is also so funny because it's like, you're like, all right, we're going to blow out the garage. We'll get 4 more spots at
Yep.
least. And then you're like, but I'm going to fill all 4
Yeah.
spots with
With
vehicles
a
that I
bunch-
already own.
That don't run.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have room in the driveway to park more,
More
junk
cars
that
yeah.
I buy.
I can
Yep.
park all the cars that run in the driveway. So
Yes.
now I can buy more shit boxes that don't run.
That's a good idea.
So yeah,
As long as she has her garage spot still,
Yeah.
you're probably good.
yep. I can throw the EOS on the stacker and
Yep.
then throw a Skyline underneath it, and I still then I'll have more room to actually work. I dread working on my lift.
I bet.
It's a nightmare in
Mm-hmm.
there. So I'm so cluttered.
Yeah. It's too much.
Yep. So that I don't know. Maybe I can get that thing going this year. I'd like to,
Yeah.
and then
I can't see it taking very long.
no.
Like, it is what it is. I mean, you guys are pretty well in the house. Like, you could
Yeah.
figure it out. It's not.
Yeah,
Not a
I'm
question.
not super worried about it. It's
No.
just whether she wants to put
Yeah.
money up out of the bank. And
No, I mean the
figure it
hardest
out.
part of that job is going to be like the roof line.
Exactly.
It's just trying to because you like, are you going to like just keep the roof line where it is right now, the peak, and then
For
just
the
kind of
most
extend
part,
it out,
yeah.
or do you rip off the whole roof and then re-peak it?
I just roofed the whole house last year,
Yep.
so yeah,
You fucked up, Al.
yeah. Well, we had somebody come out to pressure wash it,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, we can't pressure wash this. You need a roof like now. And I'm like, we knew this was coming.
Yeah.
We after wintertime, you'd see like shingles on the ground. So we're like, all right. But my brother-in-law, stepbrother, my mom's husband's kid
Yes.
owns a roofing company.
Yep.
I don't think of him like that.
No.
It's just he's my mom's age.
Yep. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. He's your uncle.
Yeah, essentially. But his kid is my nephew. But
How old is he?
He's 4 years younger than me.
No. How old is your mom's husband?
84 now.
How old is your mom?
65, six.
Good for him.
She'll be 66 soon. Yeah.
Alberta.
Yeah. I was 3
Okay.
when
Yeah.
she was young. She was 21, 22.
Yep.
But
He
yeah,
was 40.
and he was
Damn.
So
Hey, it's a dirty game.
But yeah, he took us in, and that was it. But
Yeah.
he owns a roofing company.
Yep.
So he came in and gave me like the family discount.
That's awesome.
And I was like, holy shit. Like,
Deal.
it was like half price.
Wow.
It was
Yeah, you can't
wild.
beat it. Yeah.
So yeah, we had Lard just to make herself feel better. She had somebody else come out and give the quote. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're definitely going with him." You know, but because people are like, "Oh, I'll hook you up."
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
you're like, "Yeah, you
It's
didn't
not a
really
hookup.
hook me up."
No,
But yeah, one day all
because
said
they
and
don't
done.
think you're gonna look.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's easy enough to be like, yeah, no, we're doing you a solid.
And they left the dumpster in the driveway for like 4 days. I'm throwing shit out in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, "Yep,
That's not your problem.
no, just going through the basement, throwing out shit
Yeah,
left and right."
Might as well.
So
They pay the same price whether it's full or
Yeah.
not. So who cares?
yeah, they don't give a shit. It's just shingles and whatever else. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Laura will probably catch up on this in the next 3 weeks. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're
hopefully
gonna
I get the
yelled
quote.
at.
Yeah, hopefully I get the quote before she listens to it.
You're gonna get yelled at in 3 weeks and forgot why you're getting yelled
But
at.
I mean, we talked about this pre-COVID, so
Yeah.
it's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's something that makes sense.
Yeah.
You have cars so many different places at this point, and luckily you're not
God.
paying storage for any
No,
of it.
I'm
But
not.
but still,
Yeah.
to be able to have it all at home would be nice, and more
Yeah.
room regardless would be nice. And you're like we said about the yard, you're not losing anything.
No.
Do you guys use the hot tub much anymore?
No, we didn't use it at all last winter. We usually only use it in the winter, but
Yeah.
we didn't use it this last one. We noticed it was sprung a leak,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like kind of fixed it. And I was like, "Yeah, I think it's good." And then she opened it like 2 months ago, and it was like half full.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it sprung like the breaker to kill it.
Yep.
And we're like, "Yeah, this thing's like
Time to put it on
somebody either."
Marketplace.
Yeah, somebody
Yep.
either we need to have somebody come in and fix it, or just like call it a day.
And that's why every house that you look at that has a hot tub, it is always included.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
nobody wants to deal with
Yep.
it.
I don't want to pay
You
to
don't
get
wanna-
rid of it.
Well, you don't want to move it either.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know how they got it in my backyard, but I'm assuming they had some type of crane.
I would think so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hooked it over, dropped
I mean,
it in.
I mean, the fence wasn't always there, was it?
Yeah, that fence was there.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't really go through the other fence.
No.
Like it wouldn't have fit.
So I know they said something about a truck when I thought it was a crane, but they dropped it off while we weren't here. They just literally dropped it and were like, "They're like, which side do you want the electrical on?" So I was like, "All right, over here." Mm-hmm. And then my brother came in and wired
Yep.
it up.
Well, it's kind of nice too. If the garage extends, you have that electrical in there already.
Yes.
That's cool.
So that was the other thing. I was like, I don't care about electrical.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about sheetrock or insulation.
Yep.
I just want the foundation, the building up, siding, roofing,
Yep.
and then I'll deal with everything else. My brother's an electrician. I'll have him come in.
Make
Yeah,
sure they
the
lay it.
box is on the wall that has to come out. So I'll have to have my brother come in and
Yeah.
just take it off
Yep.
and figure out.
See if they can lay a thick. Because didn't we have to add concrete to your
Yes.
floor? So I wonder if they can just lay a thicker foundation.
That's what I'll
so you
probably
don't have
do.
to deal with it.
I'll
and
tell
just
them.
dig down a little further.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just have to figure out the roof on the left side if they can. I mean, Jimmy knows what I want to do, so I don't want a room above on that side.
Okay.
So figure out what we're gonna do to support it, and then
Yep.
it'll basically be like Dan's. It'll be open on that side.
Yep.
And that way I can put the stacker on it, lift a car. all
Should
the
do
way up.
another garage door on the back and get a new bigger shed. So if you have to bring stuff out of the garage into the shed,
So
you
I'd
just
like
open up the door.
I'd like to put a door there, not necessarily like a garage door, but put a door there. So yes, I can take stuff out into the backyard.
Yep.
Or get into the garage from there. But I do want to get rid of the homeless shed that's back there.
No.
You can't. That's like, come on.
Eventually, it just has to disintegrate into the
Yeah.
ground.
The door, like when you leave,
Mm-hmm.
like look at it. Like there's pieces of wood there just falling off that you can actually reach your hand in
Yeah.
there now.
That thing's been rotted since we started coming over
Yeah.
here 15 years
Yeah.
ago, whatever it was.
One of the side windows broke somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a creepy old shed that
It really is.
I keep shovels and fucking rakes and everything else in there.
Well, you have a bigger garage now. You can just put it all in there.
Yeah, once that's done.
Yeah.
I got a Grom in the garage. Oh, you didn't know I had a Grom?
No.
You know anybody wants a Grom?
No. When'd you do that?
So 3 years ago, I think,
Mm-hmm.
when I sent the Skyline. I was doing everything. I got to the point with Skyline where I sent it to Select.
Yep.
I thought I wasn't going to get the car back for like a month, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it down there, and I went out and bought a Grom. I got a call the next week.
Yeah.
hey, your car's all set. I was like, God damn it. So I drove it for that summer.
Yep.
And then I parked it, let it sit over the winter.
Haven't touched it.
Didn't drive it that year. Then I let it sit again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I might register it this year.
Yep.
But
We have the Celsior now.
I have the
you
Celsior,
probably
so
won't.
I don't know. But with gas prices, I could throw like $1 in that thing and
Not
get to
a
work
bad
all week.
idea. Yeah.
So I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about registering it and driving it to work.
Yeah.
But
I think even when I had my motorcycle, I still didn't drive it to work in the morning. It's just so like I want to be kind of chill and
Yeah.
comfortable, like and on my way into work. But then I would take it out afterwards. But like I don't know. I feel like Grom is the same way. Like some morning it's kind of chilly. Like
Yeah.
you're just freezing.
you
your
look at the
balls
weather and you're
off.
like, oh, it's gonna be 80. I'll take it. But it's like it's cold in the morning.
Yeah.
Or it's 100 degrees and you hop on it and you're just sweating your ass
Yeah.
off the whole way home.
It's not great.
So, but I was I don't know. I was thinking about trying to pawn it off.
Yeah.
On somebody.
Not a bad idea.
So-
Trade for a set of wheels or something.
Yeah, I know if I put it up for trade for something, I'm gonna get all kinds of weird shit. But
Set of wild wheels for the
yeah.
Celsior.
I like those wheels.
I
I,
know,
just
but-
wish they weren't curbed.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can get them refinished though.
yeah.
Like,
They're
that's
just
not-
like it's not even real bad. If I give it to like a wheel guy, they could grind it down and polish it, and
Yep.
it wouldn't even be bad. Or somebody, you could probably weld new aluminum on it. And
That's
really,
true.
Yeah, because the faces are in good shape and everything
Yeah.
like that. It's
Yep.
just
I have no reason to change them at all.
No.
But where was I going with it?
Grom, garage, trades, wheels.
Trade. I don't know. I completely lost it. But fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
I was gonna say something about it.
Old man brain.
Yeah, it was pawning him off.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
Sunday.
remember.
He's
yeah,
fine.
dude, I'm fucking done.
Pop-Pop's got to go to bed soon.
Yeah, it's early. So, what do you got? What do you got going on, Mike? Anything? Just
Procrastinating with packing.
yeah.
It's pretty much it.
I don't blame you.
No, I think packing and moving's the worst.
We
thing.
we were talking about that yesterday. We're like, we would 100%, like if we took off down to Florida, 100% paying somebody. Fuck
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, obviously, it's not cheap. But
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that we ended up hiring, I mean, it's 2 or 5 people, 2 trucks. We asked them to like quote us for like a partial pack.
Yep.
So that way he can, like plates, glasses, stuff like that. Like, I don't have time to deal with that stuff. So like doing all that, like basically like fully packing the kitchen. He was super cool. He was like, yeah, he's like, your dressers, he's like, throw whatever you want in them. He's like, we're just going to tape them up,
That's awesome.
take them in so we don't have to worry about dealing with the clothes or anything like that. And it's like our bed frame has like drawers underneath it too. And he was like, yeah, he's like, throw shit in the drawers. It's like, don't even worry about
awesome.
it. He'll take the swing set,
Yeah.
which no one else would.
Yeah.
Because originally what we were going to do is, so my father-in-law has an old Silverado that he just kind of has around for like when whoever needs it, basically just come and get it.
Yep.
And they've got like a 14-foot trailer.
Yep.
So our plan was, I mean, I still need
Yeah,
Al
yeah.
to come up to help me break it down into like 4 pieces. But we were going to basically the weekend before take it apart, put it on the trailer, bring it back to my in-laws house and just leave it there.
Yep.
And then, that Saturday after we moved in, just go get it and,
Yeah.
and bring it over. But the guy was like, nah. He's like, I'll take it. He's like, what else you got? He's like, I'll take anything. He's like, as long as it's not gas
Yep.
or like oil or something. He's like,
Deal.
Like, I'll take whatever you guys want. So we
That's
were like,
awesome.
sweet.
So now we just break it down in the back of the yard and leave it there.
Yeah, that's all we have to
That's
do is
cool.
just break it down and leave it there. But yeah, he was like, he quoted like 6 hours to pack up our house, hold everything overnight. And then basically he was like, just text me when you're done with closing.
Yep.
And he's like, I'll wrap up the guys and
That's
we'll
awesome.
swing it over to the new house. And he was like, we assume 5 hours. And he's like, we disassemble stuff, we reassemble it, like do whatever we need to do. He's like, but also, he was like, if your house takes longer to pack up than we expected, and he's like, you guys want to keep it to a price point? He's like, just tell me. He's like, we can put stuff in the garage. He's like, we don't have to reassemble stuff.
Yep.
He was like, whatever you guys want to do.
Yep.
He goes, if we show up and you ended up packing everything, he's like, cool, you just saved yourself money.
Yep.
So, yeah, so that's like in the back of my mind, and I'm like, we should probably still pack up. Like yesterday we were supposed to go get the Silverado and do dump runs and just get like all the shit that's in our shed and stuff like that that's just like accumulated, but didn't end up doing that. So probably this weekend.
It's easy to procrastinate that stuff too, though.
my God.
Like it's so nice. It's so easy to just be like, yeah, well, we've got next weekend.
Well, yeah,
Like,
because
it'll
at first
be
we were
fine.
like, oh, we get 7 weeks. Oh, we get 6 weeks. And then it's like, now it's 5 weeks. And
Yep.
it's like, next weekend's going to be a little less than a month. And we're like, oh, shit, like we should probably actually start to do
And
something
next
now.
weekend, if it rains, how many dump runs are you getting? You know what I mean? Like it's so easy to do that.
Like, oh, I'll do it next week.
Yep. Oh, it's kind of crappy outside.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
It's nice out this weekend.
Yeah.
Let's go do something.
Yep. Which was yesterday.
Well,
night
that's
when
pretty.
it was
That's pretty much
70 degrees outside.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened yesterday. We ended up going to the coffee
True.
fest in downtown Concord,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, meet friends, have a couple drinks. Oh, and then I had plans with my buddy last night, and then
What a shame.
yeah, and now here we are. Although I did cut the grass today, I did need to do that.
That was a must do before you left.
Yeah, and Shauna started kind of like eyeing the shed, and like we were thinking like just pull everything out, whatever we're keeping, put in the back.
Yep.
Whatever we're dumping, put up front. But yeah, that'll be a fun project.
Yeah.
I just want to throw everything out.
It'll be a fun project when you have 2 weeks left before you have to do it.
Yeah.
And I know myself well enough to know that that's exactly what
You'll
it's
be
going to
rushing last minute.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think you know the story, but when we moved out of our last house, we were like, we could pack ourselves. Like, it was our first house. It was small. It was like 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. It was like 980 square feet or something like that. So we were like, we don't have that much shit. We can do it ourselves.
Yep.
They show up for their final walkthrough. We're hucking shit into the U-Haul as they show up to do their final walkthrough.
Go down the hall and look at that. You're throwing it out the window.
Well, and so not only that, so the night before, because we're friends with our realtor, so he was like, guys, it was like 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something, and he was like, let's go out for dinner. Like, he's like, let's go to T-Bone's, let's like sit at the bar, we'll have a couple drinks, and then you guys can go back, like go to bed early, and then get up in the morning and start. End up shutting down the bar.
Yep.
Get home at like 12:30, half cocked. Pass out. We wake up at like 5 in the morning, hungover, and we're just like,
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, we did. It had a detached garage, and it didn't have a automatic garage door opener. So Andrew Hunault came over and like helped me. Like, we blew out the ceiling, we installed the garage door opener and everything, but it still had like a partial ceiling. I threw so much shit up in the roof of the garage that I was like, if they ever blow out that roof, that ceiling in the garage, someone's gonna die because there was probably 500 pounds worth of shit that I just hucked up into the garage.
Not your problem.
Well, no, and then it was trash day too, so like we just left a bunch of stuff on the curb, and we were like, we don't know what they're gonna take or what they're not gonna take, so if they don't, just call us and like we'll come get it. Like, we only moved a couple miles away, but I was like, we'll come get it. They didn't text us.
Yeah, nice.
They actually, well, they did. They texted us and said they took everything, and I was like, that's awesome. I'm like, I didn't expect that, but no, the only like saving grace we have is that our neighbor next door to us, lovely little old woman. Her and her husband are awesome, but she's the neighborhood mayor. Anything you want to know, they've lived there since like the 70s, so she knows all. And she does like tries to like round up the whole neighborhood to do like a yard sale, and it's the weekend before we move.
Perfect.
So I told Sean, I was like, everything goes into the driveway. Like, I don't care what it is, everything's $10. Take as much, take as little as you want. Everything's $10. I'm like, that's...
And 2 hours before the yard sale's over, it's all free. Just take it.
Take it.
Better than trying to move it.
And that was like, worst case scenario, we leave the Silverado at the house, throw the rest of it in the bed, and then Monday morning just make a quick dump run.
Done deal.
And call it a day. So
just hop on the highway with the tailgate down, see what happens.
Oh no.
The latch was broken. I had no idea.
I don't know.
There's a couch in someone's windshield.
Yeah, no. Love my father-in-law, but that tailgate on that Silverado might fall down on its own unintentionally.
Well, at least this is his plates on it, so you'll be good.
Thing's a workhorse.
Yeah.
It's an LS.
2012,
I think. LS, but like a base LS. So like the steel wheels with like the chrome hubcaps on top of it. The 4.8. It is like,
as long as it doesn't rot out, that thing will go forever.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
They all are.
He did like the slap the fender flares on it to cover up all the rust on the bed and everything like that.
Didn't do an ounce of body work underneath. Didn't clean us.
Just slapped it right on
3M tape.
It hasn't bubbled past the flares yet.
That's a win.
But no, I mean, I think he did cab corners. A couple years ago and stuff like that. But it's the frames.
She's tender.
The frame's getting there.
That's okay.
I mean, I think it's got like 170 on it, 180 on it.
And it's 14 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, it's literally a workhorse. I mean, they have trees over their driveway with acorn. The thing looks like a golf ball. But it works.
That's all.
And
that
it's a truck when we all need it. So
That's
always
all
nice.
that matters.
So, oh, I guess we're.
Did you get any questions on the gram?
I did. I got one. Why is our government, the pedophiles,
Oh, yep.
not updating our speed limits with car updates? I mean, at least above Concord, it's 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the highways down south, like I know one through
75.
Tennessee,
Yeah, and if you get out to like the west, like Arizona and stuff like that, I think a lot of them are like 80.
Yeah.
But like 55 through like Nashua,
Yep.
Manchester, and Concord, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, but why do we need it 75?
No,
I mean, there's
you don't.
accidents as
Yeah,
there is.
you don't
at
need it that
55.
high. But like 55's
Well,
tough.
55's a
but I
little
mean, the
tough.
thing is, though, is if you're going 55, or, well, sorry, if the speed limit's 55 and everybody's going 70, 75, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not, there might be a guinea pig in there. There's one fucking statey.
Yeah.
That corner in Concord,
Yeah.
when after you pass 89, you're coming around exit 12.
right there on the right.
Yep, right after 12, I think it's 12N.
Yep.
Always sitting right there in the meeting. And of course it's at rush hour, so it causes traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you're not going to catch anybody, number one. But like I told Al, like Friday nights when I've been leaving here, it has been Stady Central on 93. Like, no lie, like, we recorded last week, right?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah. It was just us three.
No, I was driving, like, so I see a Stady have someone pulled over.
Yep.
As I'm getting close, the guy pulls back onto the road. He just pulls out, gets right behind another car, blues on, pulls him over again.
We saw it right after the 89 split. It like starts to, bear
Yeah.
right a little bit if you're going northbound. So he was on the southbound side, parked like in the grass.
Yeah.
Behind a tree. I'm like, what is this? What is he
Yep.
doing? Just sitting there. I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
do
what?
it. They do it in the median right after exit 12 when you're going north on the northbound
Yep.
side, and then on the southbound side for I think it's 12N again, might be 12S.
Yep.
Yeah, always like parked back.
Back.
in the trees, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
And actually, now that you say that, it must have been 6:15 on a Friday.
Yeah.
Joan and I were headed to a concert.
But
in
it's like
Concord.
it's busy. Like the traffic's bumper to bumper. It's
Yeah.
not like you're really going to get somebody ripping
But
through.
he's also 500 feet
Yeah.
off. Like he's a good ways off the
Yeah.
road. It's like, what are you gonna do?
but it's like
Peel through the
it's
grass?
always after a certain hour because like
Yeah.
last night like wasn't out late. I think I got home at like 9:45 or something like that, and there was nothing, not a single Stady anywhere.
Strange.
But like Friday night at like 10:30, 11 o'clock,
Ever.
like I can almost guarantee I'm gonna see like 5 or 6,
Huh.
just like staged.
I wonder if they figured something out. Is Fridays for whatever reason?
Well, I mean, you figure. I mean, obviously, like people going out after work on Friday if they work in Manchester, live in Concord. I mean, that's an easy pick off.
Summertime, people traveling on the
Yeah.
weekends,
Yeah.
shooting up after work on
I mean,
Friday.
you might have that one asshole that's you got a 370Z
Yeah,
ripping
right.
in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
You know.
There's always one.
Story about that. Fuck. So I was a couple weekends ago. I ran up to Maine to go run an errand, and I'm driving back. So like I actually ended up going. Normally I'll either go like Route 4 all the way down, and then just hook up with 95 and go up to Maine, or it's like I'll get off 33 through Greenland, go all the way through Stratham,
Yep.
and then hop on 101 at exit 11.
It's a nice ride.
But I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm like, I'm on the highway. I'm just going to blast down 95, hook up with 101 right there and go.
Yep.
There was some schmuck with a or it wasn't a 370, it was a 350. Not Clout. It was exactly what you would expect from someone with a VQ.
Yep.
What are they
I
doing
don't
out there?
know. Goddamn kids.
Like exactly what you would expect. Poor fitting wheels, slammed to the ground, front bumper hanging off. Like 2 cantaloupe launchers out the back.
VQ
Like
energy.
it was strong VQ energy. And it's like all the reels that you watch with like the guy that like the Honda guy, he's like got the Integra and he's got like super low slung in the seat with like his hat pulled out.
Yeah.
Literally it was
Yeah.
that.
Al in the Celsior.
Heyo.
Yeah, and it was just shitty tune that just popped in blue flames.
Yeah.
In every 2 seconds. Just floor it, pop off flames.
Let off, yep.
Floor it, pop off flames. And I'm just like, And then he's trying to race like some grandpa in a Q50.
Who doesn't care.
And it's like, oh, it's my VQ brethren. And it's like, dude, the guy's like ready to keel over and die behind the wheel. He does not care
The guy
about your
has no
clapped
idea
out
you're beside him.
350.
No.
Can't even hear your shitty
Literally.
pops.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it was.
Yep, that's
I hate
it.
people.
Me too.
I think we should just say it every episode. If you have a Pops and Bangs tune, go to hell.
It usually comes up every other episode.
Yeah, it
Go to
does.
hell.
We've talked about it a lot.
You're not cool.
No.
Nobody likes you.
No.
Not
You
one
don't
bit.
impress people.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
Yep. It was funny. I put a full exhaust on my daily driver, the black truck, because to be honest, I was a little lazy and the muffler rotted off of it a while ago. And I just kind of I took the muffler off and left the pipe, and I was like, oh, it sounds good. It's behind the cab, so we're fine. And then I ended up putting a factory full exhaust back on. I'm like, wow, this is really nice. It's quiet, no drone. I'm like, I can get used to
Like,
this.
I already feel like an ass because the GLI, the exhaust pops.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you do a cold start on it, like,
Yeah.
it'll rev up and it'll pop. And I'm like, I don't really want it to do that. But I was like, I'd also like to have an exhaust on it. So, like, literally, I'm, like, online searching. What is the aftermarket system that has the most amount of mufflers and resonators in it?
I want a step up
Because
from
I
factory,
want a
and that's it.
slight step up in sound, and that is it.
What'd you come up with?
Probably AWE Touring.
Okay.
That's gonna be, my guess is probably where it's gonna end up, because I think the new speed system,
I was thinking
it doesn't
New
really
Speed.
have a muffler. I think it just has two, like, basically resonators that
Yeah.
act as mufflers.
Yeah.
A lot of the aftermarket exhaust system, you can get it with or without a resonator.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you can get, like, I remember my Mark 6 GL, I had the AWE track, so it's just a resonator, no muffler.
Yep.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Like, it was bearable.
Yep.
But now I'm just like, because the Touring is a resonator and two mufflers. And then of course, like, you go online, everyone's like, oh, get MBRP, and I'm like, I want a fucking straight. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a straight pipe.
Yeah.
And there's the
You can go to
MBR
Lose and get that for $100.
Literally. The MBRP truck exhaust that's like a 5-inch sewer pipe that hangs out of the back of them. It's so silly. I just can't do it.
Dude, the diesel mufflers are like
well,
not
the
even
worst-
the muffler, like the exhaust tip
Yeah.
are
The worst
monstrous.
part is it's a 4 or 5-inch pipe
Yeah.
to a 7-inch tip.
Yeah, toddler
Like,
could crawl
it's
in there.
literally, but it's not even the whole exhaust is that big. 4 inches of it are that big, and
It's so tacky.
it's so stupid.
Just a weird flex for the diesel
Yeah, I
guys.
guess so. I don't know.
It's crazy. So, all right, yeah. And we got into your story, but so you went to the Lock City.
Lock
Beast
City,
Coast.
Beast Coast. I think it was also put on by Import Evolution.
Yeah, I think
and
there was like
Stanson.
3,
There was a
4.
couple collaborators on it. Yeah, I guess this was Beast Coast's first year doing it at Thompson. They did it at the Marina in Boston-ish area the last couple years.
No, the last year when they had like their get together, their meet, it was over near the Springfield, the casino,
Yeah.
out that way, and they used a parking garage for like the last 2.
Well, so that was for the collective.
Oh, okay.
The warm up was different.
Oh,
They did.
all right.
I'm pretty sure they did the warm up at the Marina.
Okay,
But they had said
I've
that
only
they-
been to the collective.
Yeah.
The
they
only
said-
collective I've ever been to is they still did it, like, underneath
Under the bridge.
under the bridge
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Boston, wherever that. I don't
did-
remember exactly where it was.
I
but-
assumed it was the same thing.
We did the collective. We went to the collective 2 years ago, a year ago in Springfield.
Yeah,
That was-
that's what I was thinking of. All right.
But no, they do the warm up every year, which is their season opener.
Okay.
And I guess from what they had said, they had outgrown the marina where where
Yeah.
parking was, and so they teamed up with everyone else, Lock City and all them, to do it at Thompson. It was a good event. It was a little, and I think Matt or someone had actually posted about it on their Instagram too. That parking was a little hectic and traffic was a little hectic.
Did they
just
not
weren't
expect
exactly
as many
sure.
cars?
I'm not exactly sure the reason. So, like, for me at least, is we pulled up in the first
Well, you took
person,
up like 4 spots.
Well, that's also true. But we had pre-registered and the truck had been accepted in, whatever it might be. And so we pulled in and the person at the front gate was like, hey, pull off over here and go sign in at the kiosk or whatever. So we walked over and we're signing in. And then all of a sudden they were like, well, you pre-registered. You don't have to sign in. I'm like, okay. They were like, oh, but your girlfriend's spectating. She does have to sign in. I'm like, so we have to park, get out, go to the kiosk, get her a pass, get back in the truck, get back in line, and then I get the show pass. I was like, okay. I was like, it would have made sense if they, and I'm not, talking
Yeah.
badly, but it would have made sense, like, hey, your show pass also gets you a spectator pass. Like, I feel like that's usually a lot of shows work.
Most.
And it would have been pretty fluid to, like, be in that one line.
Or,
you
hey,
wouldn't have to get out.
here's $20
exactly.
for her, and
to be able
here's a piece of paper, sign
to be able to do it as you
on.
pull in. Like, I think, and again, I've never run a show, so maybe it's more difficult than that, but Matt, who runs a part of Running Beast Coast, he was right at the front, letting everyone through, and you go in just like you do for Dust Off, go to the dirt parking lot, go across the bridge, and then...
Can you get across the bridge on that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So went across the bridge, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna... Matt was like, they'll probably have you park, unload the truck, and then go park the truck and trailer in a different spot. And I was like, cool. So I go over the bridge, come to the end of it, the paddock's on your right, and the food truck thing's on your left. There was a set of cones, and the guys at the cones were like, go this way. So I was like, okay. I was like, oh, I've never been this way. That's kind of weird. Ended up in the drift area with like all the other trucks and trailers for drift cars, not for show cars. So I pulled down, and I ran into someone, and they were like, yeah, that's not a drift car. I'm like, no, I understand the F-350 on the back of this trailer is not a drift car. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, I would love if it did, but no.
And then Josh, who runs Lock City, was like right over there, and he's like, just park it and unload. He's like, it is what it is. He's like, if you can find room, go. So I was like, okay. So it ended up working out well enough. I was parked in the grass, got to kind of unload by myself, and then just pulled the truck out and around up into like the show, quote, show area. But no, I think it was a good turnout. It wasn't, so they did like registered show cars that were like, had to be accepted into the show. There was an area for them, and then there was an area for what they considered like meat vehicles, as far as like the 350Z you saw going through Concord. It was just like the vehicles that don't meet whatever requirements, or they, you know, it's just kind of cookie cut or whatever it might be. And then I don't know if they had not sold enough like pre-reg cars, or like, I don't want to say VIP, but like chosen cars, because there was a couple like meat cars parked, not inside of them, but like on the outside. So it just filled up the area, which was fine. There was definitely some cool stuff, some odd stuff. There was 2 lowriders. They were part of the Ruined Car Club from around here. One was like a Blazer, and the other one was, it was a car, a sedan, whatever it might have been, old Mercury, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, like in late 80s, early 90s.
Exactly.
Where...
the Blazer, the paint, the flake on that thing was insane. Full rag, like open air tops, like they do on the Volkswagens, like the rag top, front to back. It was cool. The thing was nice. But R34 sedan, there was a couple like oddball things parked in there that I was like, oh, that's cool. You don't see those all day. Two very clean FD RX-7s. Lot of GMR wheels. Like GMR was like a rep company
Truck
for a long.
wheels?
No, GMR, like they make car wheels.
Okay.
But they were like, they did a lot of rep wheels for a very long time, and then they moved into like, they build a 3-piece wheel, but it's like also still kind of a rep, or it's just made by a company that made reps. It's kind of, I feel like it's a hard start to start out like making rep wheels and then be like, oh, now we do 3-piece. And it's like, well, you're kind of known as the rep wheel brand, but that's fine. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of interesting. Mina's Mercedes was in there. That's obviously always a nice car. I'm trying to think of any cars that would stand out to any of us, but I feel like so many of them are different nowadays. There's not many that, you know, we all see. Or ESR. ESR maybe was the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
But
that makes sense.
ESR also, like I said, now makes their own 3-piece wheels, which is
can't
interesting.
take me anywhere.
Yeah, no, I mean, I said the wrong
I'm going to
thing,
be the
too.
first one to say,
all
I feel
right.
like multi-piece wheels are such a pain in the ass.
They are. But no, the turnout was really good. I thought it was well organized, and I wanted to bring this up too. There was something, and maybe it's because I have a vehicle that is
Yeah, I'd have a hard time
right.
buying a set of ESR 3-piece wheels.
Yeah, like they look all right. If you took the center cap off of those, they look like a rotiform.
Yeah,
they look.
but
like
I was gonna
any
say, but
other
like
3-piece
call me
wheel.
like stereotypical, but like
Like
looking
the-
at those prices, right? So from basically
That's-
$1,100
Yeah.
a wheel. If I'm spending $4,400 on a wheel,
I mean, you could probably get a good set of HREs for...
yeah.
you know
I was
what
gonna
mean?
say you can get HREs. I mean, you can get like CHRs, LMs. Like you're getting into real, like tried and true wheel
For
territory.
that much money, if you know, to push the envelope, if you wanted to buy obviously used, but instead of Blitz 03s,
Yeah.
like something like untouchable,
Yeah.
you can still get for
Yeah, starting with
$4,500.
17.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
realistically, I'm sure there's the same like 2 companies in the background making the lips and the
they're all
barrels
made by the
and
same
all that
Alibaba,
shit.
company. Actually, speaking of that, we had some kid at the shop bring a set of 24 by 12 truck wheels. He ordered off Alibaba, $2,400 for the entire set. They
Dan
showed
wanted
it-
to talk about this.
Dude, I was genuinely impressed. There was no. So he got the. I don't know if you've seen like the floating center caps, like they do for all the trucks or whatever. It was like, I think it was like $2,400 with the floating caps shipped to his doorstep. He's like, and they literally sent him a video, an updated video mid making the wheels, and he said it's a warehouse with CNC machines as far as the eye can see. And he's like, and they're just producing wheels. I think Dan brought up a set of carbon fiber wheels that someone was talking about. Getting made by like Alibaba.
Okay, so I typed it in wrong. It's not E88. What are the magnesium wheels that BBS makes?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
do know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking
they're
about.
like the something motorsport. I can picture them in my head 'cause they kind of look like an LM, but they're not an LM.
REs, right?
No, they're not REs. They're
Well, they make REs and magnesium.
maybe
So
they're
leave me alone. Formula Ones.
these.
They have a couple of them.
Once I see the name, BBS Motorsport.
Mag R. Those are also
They're like,
magnesium.
I thought they were E88 something. I don't know what the hell it was. But so Dan knows somebody that ordered a set, and he's waiting to see what they look like. But yeah,
the
yeah,
E50s.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but like to find a set of those, like $4 or $5 grand used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they probably need to be refinished.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently somebody had bought a set and they're waiting for them to come, but they got them from Alibaba.
Yeah.
And for like $2,500 for a brand new set and the specs that you want.
Yep.
I mean-
When I say I genuinely could not have told the difference between these wheels and a set of KG1s or American Forces, like they were spot on, and whatever style design he wanted in them. They asked him what he wanted, and he said this, and they said, cool. Shipped. He said it took 3 months to get them, which at that point, order them in November,
yeah.
and
Yep.
you're good for the season. But yeah, I was genuinely impressed. But yeah, no. So at Beast Coast, a lot of ESRs, which is fine, whatever.
And they look like WCI.
They do. They honestly, if you pop the center calf off, you would have no idea.
Yeah.
They look like a rotiform, and like we said, it's probably the same CNC machine they use on whatever other wheels.
Well, and not only that, with wheels, I feel like there's like, I mean, obviously the designs are infinite,
Yeah.
but every company just has the same wheel with a different name on
Shout
it.
out
That's
to
all it is.
CCW for making the smoothies back in the day.
Yeah.
Just no design whatsoever. Here's a solid chunk of metal. Put it on your car.
And people did.
And they did. But yeah, no, I think the show was an awesome turnout. I really like the Beast Coast guys. And what I was getting at is there's a part of me now, and maybe it's because I have a vehicle that has, people like, and it looks whatever. But the idea of having shows that are, you have to apply for them and your car has to be accepted, at least maybe just an area of the show. Like, I mean, even Wolfsgart inside.
But remember Staggered?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same thing. You wanted indoor parking, you applied for it, and everyone else was outside, and that was
There's
cool.
a part of me that likes that. Like, I like the idea of having an area where it's like, hey, and everyone's opinion's different, right? Like, someone will like a car that doesn't like a car, and so I guess that's if you have a group of people who are choosing vehicles that you can kind of bounce things off of and be like, well, I like.
And they
this
try
one
to
for
get a
this
good
reason.
mix too.
Exactly.
Like you walk into the hangar or whatever in Staggered, and it's not all BMWs and Volkswagen. It's not all German.
Exactly.
You know, it's a mix of everything that's in there.
But
They
No,
try.
and part of the people getting butthurt is like the same thing. Like you're looking for variety.
Yeah.
You're not going to pick 5 Mark IVs on RSs
Yeah.
to put in. They all might be of equal quality
Yep.
or whatever it
Yeah.
may be, but you're not going to have 5 of
Yeah.
the same car
And, like,
with the same basic.
I think a thing that bums me out too, like let's say there's an indoor and an outdoor. I don't need to see the bone stock Hyundai Veloster on ESRs sitting inside this like really aesthetic, nice area
Yeah.
when there's, who knows, an RX-7, a 34 sedan, whatever it is, sitting outside, parked next to everything else. So I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, it's kind of cool to have like at least an area where it's like handpicked. These are the cars. Like,
Yep.
this is what makes sense. And so no, I think a little bit more planning, or again,
the first one.
first year of anything is never great. You got to figure it out. You got to work out the kinks, and I feel like Beast Coast of all companies have been very good at working out kinks. And I mean, they have the collective down to a pretty good T whenever they do it. It's it is.
I'm gonna have to get back on that list because I haven't gone the last like 3 years because I just was not happy with the Skyline. But I took the Skyline down one year and been down with the Golf R.
Yep.
But
no, it's a great show. Yeah, I mean, the collective alone is a great show.
I'm going to send Matt a message because I want to take the Celsior down there.
Yeah, give him a hard time. But no, I would say very good turnout. Lock City is Lock City. I mean, it's good every time, no matter what.
I need to go down for one of those events.
Yeah, they were running the typical like A/B class road course, and then they had some. I mean, I still saw A group drivers driving like on the Outback, like the school course or whatever you want to call it, tandeming back there and stuff too. It seemed very, very fluid. Normally, you've been down to Lock City where they normally have like the C group cars. So the paddock's on your right, and then there's the tower.
Yep.
That's right there. Normally, that's where C group lines up to get onto that top track, the back track. They actually had C group coming, or whatever group that was running that track, coming in from the track side into it. So it was like there was no congestion as far as like show car traffic or anything like that. There was no congestion with the drift cars. So it was actually pretty slick the way they did that. I've never seen it done like that.
Where'd they keep the show cars on the other side of the paddock, like where dust off is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I think like the meat cars were in like the dirt area parking lot, if I'm not mistaken. Where like spectator.
Where spectator parking would be for dust off, right?
Yeah.
That dirt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't make it back across the bridge until the end of the day, but if looking at their map, I think they had it either in there or maybe there was like an open area behind it where they had it that I had never seen open before. So I don't know if they just kind of expanded to make it better, because I would assume there's a lot of like the meat cars that showed up are like standard cars for whatever. But no, East Coast guys are great anyway, and the whole thing was awesome. There was music going. There was a food truck on top of the regular food truck that's at Thompson. So no, a very good turnout. Excited for them to do it next year and see what happens. And then I also I messaged you about it and wanted to bring it up.
So I was going to work that in with.
So I'm going to work it off of this real quick.
Okay.
Beast Coast is doing Vacation Land down in Cape Cod. Again, it's I'm going to say invite only. It's a submit your car and get whatever accepted. But week long, a Monday to Sunday.
They do it in like off season?
No, they're June.
They're
23rd through the 28th.
Okay.
Mid preem Cape Cod season. But they're doing a whole thing. There said in their post there's going to be like sport, like volleyball, whatever it might be. There's mini golfing around there. They're gonna, they're like, go do your thing, go hang out, enjoy like your vacation. They're gonna set up some cruises like with everyone to go certain places or do whatever. But I want, and then that's why I messaged you about Wolfsgart. But I wanted like the idea of a destination like Dan down in Georgia right now. Like that's sick. Like the week long.
It's sick for Dan. It's not sick for Kim.
She's having a bad time.
Kim is like, I'm never doing. And I go, does Dan know this? Because I'm sure Dan will listen to this because he's not on it.
Yeah.
But I go, does Dan know this? And she's like, oh, he knows. Like she is not having. I go, but like when we went down for Roots.
Yep.
It was us three.
Yep.
It was fine. Like there was stuff to do, but like when you go to Wolfsgart, you can go out to dinner, you can go get drinks. But like down there, I think it's just. Car stuff.
Well, it's because the town is so small.
Yes.
Yeah. It's literally overrun by everyone that's going to be there.
Yeah. And Dan, I mean, I'm the same way. I want to do the car stuff.
Yeah.
So she's got to go with Dan to do all the car stuff. And she's just like, I just listened to Dan talk for 40 minutes about some shitty Mark IV Jetta. It's some motor that's in it that I don't know.
Yep.
Like she was, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's just like, we're not doing another week-long car vacation.
It's a lot. I think to do it in somewhere like the Cape or somewhere that's a little bit more, hopping is great.
Yeah.
Because you can go do whatever you want. But I don't know. I think I love the idea of the vacation spot. Like, if that's your vacation for the year or for whatever, one of them, take it.
But the hardest part about stuff like that is like, I always feel bad because like I've met Matt a few times. Mm-hmm. Super nice guy.
Yep.
And when you put all this effort and work into things, it sucks that a handful of people can ruin it.
Yep.
So like you said that the Cape.
Yep.
First thing I think of, Al, was like off season.
Mm-hmm.
During peak time. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's family vacations. Yeah. It's depending on where it is at the Cape. You might get a slightly different clientele in terms of
JDM
some
cars in that
some
Beast Coast.
hoity-toity people and things like that. And I just hope, and if anybody's listening, I guess I'll give a PSA. Don't be dickheads.
Yeah.
Because, even up here recently, so like they had the Manchester Cars and Coffee at Comcast, and they have the one in Concord.
Yep.
So
I heard the last one.
The one in Comcast in Manchester, they got shut down permanently.
Yeah.
Because of people being idiots, doing burnouts,
that was a good
stuff
one.
like that.
I like
They
that
won
one.
this year too, right?
Yep.
It was like one of the first ones of the
it was
year.
the
First ones a year.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was Mustangs and bikes and blah, 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 whatever. I'm not making generalizations here.
Maybe a little bit, but-
maybe. But there was an issue, I think, at the
Concord one.
the one that we went to.
Yep.
Yeah.
It must
So
have been.
I went to the last one.
Yeah, it must have been. It was the same deal. Like people like using launch control and running runs up on Main Street. And like if you've been to Concord in Main Street, it's
tight.
Number one,
It's a
and number
downtown,
two, it's
like main road.
It's busy.
yeah, and there's kids and there's people everywhere.
Yeah, there's people that are
So-
not at the car
yeah,
show.
So people are doing that. And so like the guys who have run Concord have earned the respect of the city that they don't need police details. They don't need anything like that because it's always been a respectful, well-run situation. I got to give it to them. I mean, there's a bunch of clapped out shit boxes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's a Cars and Coffee. It's not meant to be a car show.
Yep.
Like it's not meant to be, stand by your car and wait for people to come up and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Like you park your car.
Hey.
No comment. Anyway, but it's meant to, you park your car. They've got, a couple of the coffee shops in town.
Yep.
They have pop-ups. You can get your coffee, hang out, relax.
Yep.
And that's literally what it's meant to be. But then you've got these idiots doing, launch control rips up and down Main Street. And then I guess there was a huge issue with a bunch of bikes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
literally
saw
just
that.
bouncing them off rev limiter and stuff like that. And then, it's like you go through and read the comments and the people in the bikes are like, this is America. I'll do it. Well, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Go do it in front of your house.
Yes, exactly. Don't be a dickhead. Yeah, go do it at your house. Piss off all your
Yeah.
neighbors, and then let me know how that works.
Nobody's impressed with
And
your
it-
stock exhaust on your street bike.
No.
Hitting rev limiter.
Literally.
It's like nobody cares.
The only thing that might be a blessing about the Beast Coast one is that it is technically like you have to be accepted.
Hey, so
So if you fuck it up,
it's-
you're not coming back.
Well, and hopefully, the people who are accepted are of the level to be able to respect.
You would
that
like
and
to
whatever.
think. You would
Granted,
like to think.
I mean, I would assume they're also going to have outsiders at least show up to the show portion. I would think, but I don't know how close they're going to be. I don't know any
Yeah.
of that. So yeah, you are 1000% correct because we've watched it happen time and time again.
time and time again.
Broke down. The fucking Audi doing fucking rooster tails in the grass.
What's the one? H2O.
Yeah.
We watched it in real time.
Yeah.
That place burned to the ground.
Like straight to the ground.
Literally.
yeah, I mean the last year.
Burnout boxes on back dead end streets.
Yeah.
Like no care.
No.
Why can't I think of Soho before it was Alpine Back
Yeah,
Fair?
yeah.
So it's like the Hellendorf. The Hellendorf was always the party spot.
Yep.
But like it used to be like a sanctioned party area. Like there would be like a DJ and like you would everyone would hang out and stuff like that. But then every year without fail, you'd have some dickhead start doing a burnout on the little corner that's like right before the Hellendorf. And like I remember the first year I went, I was like, they're gonna shut this down. They didn't.
Nope.
The second year, let it happen again. And then I didn't go the third year, but I guess the third year there was like a hard crackdown.
Well, the problem is they let the car get away with it the first year.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, well, I want to do that.
Yep.
And then the third year.
And it was always a Mark IV.
Always. It always will be a Mark IV.
Always a Mark IV.
But and that probably that Mark IV kid saw the video post of the other
Yep.
kid that did really good numbers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So he's like, well,
I
I
made
want a video.
Dan so mad. But fucking Mark IV people.
They're the worst. Well, he's got a Porsche engine, so it's different, right? He's not so much of a Mark IV kid anymore.
we love you, Dan.
He took a jab at him with the Doug episode, Mark
Yeah.
IV.
I was taking jabs left and right. I was like, fuck Mark IVs, and I was like, and then we were talking about like Alfa Romeo, the Busso V6, and I was like, you know what, fuck VRs if you have a Busso V6.
Oh, no. But no, and then I mean, slammed enough. Gatlinburg was the one most recently too that got shut down.
Oh, really?
And- which is a wicked bummer because Gatlinburg was like everyone loved it. But
I'm
you
ex- I'm
driving
ex-
through the Smoky Mountains, the
Yep.
whole 9 yards, like it was sick, but it turned into the same
Yeah.
thing.
I'm excited to go to Gatlinburg this year.
Yeah.
We're doing like an actual like family vacation.
That's awesome.
And my buddy John and his wife and their son might be coming with us
Yeah.
too. But yeah, we got like a house like in the mountains, just
And it's not
hang
terribly
out and relax.
expensive. It's not
terrible. We got like kind of like an A-frame cabin,
Yeah.
sort of, on like 5 or 6
Dude.
acres or something. It was like $2,000 for the week.
Some of the cabins they have out there are reckless.
Yeah, and it was
Like, it's
awesome. And
crazy.
like everyone we've talked to, well, probably put people to sleep, but like it's a great town for the sense of like for families, because
Yeah.
there's a ton of stuff for kids to do, ton of stuff for adults to do, like even like down to the point where it's like there are like play areas at like restaurants and like bars and stuff like
Yeah.
that, so like kids can play, mom and dad can maybe
So
relax
cool.
a little bit and have a drink.
Yep.
So we're excited.
Yeah.
We just like, kind of like off the cuff decided that was going to be our vacation this year down to
if there's one show next year that I go to, it's actually in Pigeon Forge.
Yep.
Right, it's
Yep.
in Gatlinburg, which is strictly for they call it the F100 Grand National. It's old
Oh,
trucks.
cool.
It's old Fords. And they was actually this past weekend. But if there's one thing I go to next year, I want it to be that, like to travel for, because it's just, I mean, like we just said, you're in Gatlinburg, you're in Tennessee, and to be surrounded by a bunch of old shitbox Fords is just super cool. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to make that trip.
Yeah.
But no,
Moral of the story, people, don't fuck
Yeah,
up cool
stop.
shows.
Like,
Just stop.
we're not going to
Be
have
adults.
it anymore.
Yeah,
We're
be
not gonna be able
adults
to do
and
It's
mean-
just crazy.
don't show off. If you want to watch burnout videos,
Yeah. Sick.
I was behind it at the light, like
Yep.
heading to work yesterday morning, and I was like, it's a fucking dually lowered.
Yeah.
Like, it looked good.
It's a Chevy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But I was like, that's fucking cool.
It's cool.
yeah,
They're weird.
We were getting off at exit 8 when we were coming here. There was I don't remember the model, but it was probably like a 93, 94 F-150. It was a regular cab long bed.
Yep.
Lowered a little bit, otherwise completely stock. And even Shauna saw it and she was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. They're awesome.
Like it's
You can't beat it. What I've been seeing recently is the more colors, less tech, and it's like the pictures of the old school interiors when it's just like the bright reds and the bright blues and everything, and it's like now you have, it looks like every like new home, right, where it's like grayscale and like
Yeah.
the big screens, which is great for a daily driver. Don't get me wrong, I love that. I like the screens. I like to have everything. It's nice, but I don't know. I also like getting into my truck that's like literally from the carpet to the headliner is red. Like they just dumped a gallon of paint inside of it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool.
we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. We were like, cool interior colors.
Yeah.
Like bring them back.
Bring it back.
So, like, we send each other shit all the time, Instagram, whatever, but you'll have a green Porsche 911, and it's green from roof to floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I said it in the group chat, but I was like, if I ever get back to, like, painting the skyline, I was like, I think I might do something stupid with the interior.
Yeah.
Like, if I change the color, like yellow, might do all yellow.
Yeah.
Like, just send everything.
Dip it in a pool of paint.
Yeah.
With the windows down. Like I want all of
Yeah.
it to
Want
be
to open the
same
door
color.
and just be like,
literally.
just threw up in there.
Well, it's just like, Doug was talking a lot about Beetles and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but it's like, it was always cool that when you bought a Beetle, you got like the color matched interior pieces
Yep.
and stuff like that, where it's true. It's like everything now, it's literally, it's just black, gray, and silver.
That's it.
Everything.
Yeah.
And those are usually your only options too. And even if you get like tan interior, cool, you have tan seats, but you have still just black and gray on your dash.
Yeah.
That's all, there's not enough cool,
No.
I came
interesting.
across an LS years ago. I probably sent it to you, but it was a black 91 red interior.
Yep.
Carpet, dash, headliner, seats,
So
blood
good.
red, and it was short money.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to buy this. And just at the time, I was just like, all right, what do I do with it when I get it? Like, I don't
Yeah.
have the room. Like,
Nope.
I never have the room, but
You'll
I
figure
was just
it
like,
out.
I don't know what to do.
No.
Yeah.
I just no. And like what's that? I know there's a name for it, but like Porsche, you can order
Oh, the
your-
exclusive.
Yeah, you can order your car down to the bolts that hold the seat on. But like you always see the craziest color combos with those things, and it's so cool. Like
Some of them are really bad, though.
oh my god! I mean, yeah, you give anyone enough
There
power,
was-
it's gonna
Yeah,
end
yeah.
up bad.
I was just cruising through Facebook, and like, you always get the recommendations
Oh,
of like
yeah.
different car groups, and it was someone ordered a brand new M3.
Yep.
And like this god awful like copper brownish, like it had the vibes of like if you were going to a lot with, I guess if we use a stereotype vehicle, like you got a 350 credit score and you want to try to buy a brand new Nissan Rogue, they're going to shove that ugly brown one on you back in the corner and say that's the one you got approved on.
Yep.
But it was like that awful of a color. And you're looking at it and you're like, okay, like maybe depending on the, like if you did like carbon accents, black wheels, like maybe you could get
You're
past
trying
it.
to justify it in your own head.
But then you got to the interior. And it was like the Yas Marina blue with like the lime green stitching and like all this stuff. And I was just like,
nope.
You actually chose that.
Yeah.
Like you went in and you're like, I'm going to spend $100,000 today. And this is what I'm buying.
Dealers should have to sort through those people too. Be like, what were you thinking for the interior? And the second they say something like that, they're like, yeah, actually,
they're
all gone.
That's a color combination that you can't, it's so bad you can't actually order
like,
it.
What is that, error 404? It just like pops up and it's like, you actually can't do this.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty it was pretty terrible. But then it's like
can't handle the power.
But then you see some of the stuff like you like that. Yeah, I think it's Yas Marina blue interior. I think that's what they call it. I'm probably wrong. Probably pissed off a BMW person, but
well, they're pissed off to begin with.
Yeah, but I've seen like the combinations because they have like I forget, they have like an orange interior and I forget what it's called. But I've seen it
orange or something.
Yeah,
it's so
but
good.
I've seen it like the orange exterior with the orange interior.
Yep.
And that's awesome. I've seen the yellow.
But at the time, though, somebody ordering that, you're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Literally,
but
yeah.
20 years later, you're like,
so
yeah,
good.
that's...
But also at the same time, it's like, I'm talking because I'm never going to buy a fucking brand new Lamborghini. But like, you know, people that order like black on black. Or just like
Why?
It's your money, it's what you want. I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
guess.
Like totally fine.
I
But,
hate black cars.
Yeah, but the same goes for me. Like with like if you buy a Ferrari, people are like, oh, red. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want a red Ferrari. I don't want what everybody else has. I would get like an insane like blue or green or
yellow.
something like that.
Ferrari yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
like something like that. But
remember-
where was I going with that?
Remember Richard Rollins?
See, now you know how it is.
Richard Rollins or whatever,
Yeah.
Gas Monkey,
Yep.
a couple years ago painted that F40 like black.
Yep.
And the internet lost
Yeah.
their mind over it, and it's like, dude, why not?
Now I know where
Here
I
we
was
go.
going.
Hey,
If
glad
I-
you remembered.
But if I had like, if I was going to buy a Lamborghini, I would be like, give me your fluorescent paint scales
Yeah.
to decide from.
Yep. I want the one that's going to hurt someone's eyes when
Yes.
I drive by. If I'm doing it, I'm
Yes,
doing it.
especially in a Lamborghini. Ferrari, I can understand maybe being a little bit more classic
Still
or going
not
for like a
black.
classy type thing. Yeah, but not black or red.
No.
I have to say, I'm a sucker for white Ferraris.
Yeah.
But like if it's a Lamborghini or something like that, like
I was looking at the Hot Wheels wall. I'm like, I probably got one in there somewhere.
but like even Porsches too. Like don't get me wrong, I love the classic combinations. Like I always told myself, like if I ever got, you know, if I was buying like a 911 cab or something like that, I would get silver with like the red cloth roof, red interior, or blue roof, blue interior, like something like that. Classic, still a little different, but classic. But still, even at that, like, yeah, you can't deny a black or silver or white. Like your generic color Porsches look great, but like there are so many other cooler colors that you could choose and go for.
I
Yeah.
watched a night ride of YouTube, whatever I watch. They're in Poland, but they went to Alt Race Germany. That white Porsche that popped up, it looks like, I mean, it's so white it looks like a spaceship,
Yeah.
but just like it just pops, it stands out. It's not, I don't know. There's something about, like you were saying, just do something different.
I mean,
Do something that stands out.
coming from someone who every car I've owned for the most part,
White.
a lot of white.
A lot of white.
A lot of gray.
My Saabs were black.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty much all of them were black
Mark
except
V
my
was
9.3.
gray.
My Mark V was gray. My Volvo S60 was gray. My V60 was black.
The man's never owned an actual color car in his entire life.
False. Shauna's Tiguan, we did get the avocado green.
Did you have a Vigen at one point?
Yeah, it was black.
It blue?
It was a black four. It was,
Literally.
yeah, it was a black four. Oh, well, sorry, 5-door.
The blue
but-
Vigen is like the...
It's the one.
Well, the
It's the
problem
one.
is though. So with, because now I'm on the whole project car thing. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, that's how it would be cool. Like when I was talking to Dan last week, I was like, maybe I'll snag like an all road.
Yeah.
like maybe that's like a bum motor, build the motor, do a bigger turbo, or I'll find like a 2.5 Mark V Jetta wagon,
Red,
slap a turbo kit on it, call it a day.
Yep.
But then the other part of me was like, about those Saabs.
Hey,
let's go back. So I've been
I've
been looking for Vigens and stuff like that, and it's not only is it damn near impossible to find a clean Vigen these days. But the blue ones they're the ones you tend to have like a lot of paint failure and everything like that.
Are they bringing any sort of money nowadays? Is it like, has it gotten to the point where a Vigen's hard to find?
Seems
so
like
expensive?
they kind of peaked a little bit.
Okay.
So, there are some, of course, people like stupid clean examples that are asking, 15, 20 grand and people are buying them.
Yep.
Seems like for the most part, because I remember back when I sold mine, it had some issues. I remember I bought it, I think, for $7,300 back in 2012 or something like that. And that's about, for a decent or an average one, that's about what they're bringing now. Like probably, I would say somewhere between like 75 and 10.
The Saab market's a little odd. Like you have to be into Saabs to end up with a
get a clean
Saab.
one. The ones that are I've noticed like that are bringing big money or anything 9.5 Aero, especially an Aero wagon. And if you get the later 04, 05, that the shark tooth front bumper, whatever they call it, those are the ones that are like.
Did I ever tell you about the time I totaled a blue Vigen? Not actually totaled. So I was, we were young and we would buy, like, you would just have a water bottle in your car or like something, and then you would throw it at a street sign going down the road. Well, I had a medium-sized cup of water from a fast food restaurant, and we were driving down the road, and I hummed it out the window, and it hit the quarter panel of a two-door blue Vigen, and then I drove by the next day, and it hit the quarter panel all right. It was caved in. And I never saw that car parked next to the side of the road again. The guy backed it in next to his house, next to everything, and I don't even know if it moved ever again. I felt so bad, but at the time I didn't know. And like didn't know it was a Vigen, like whatever. But no, so I apologize.
That's that's
I ruined
sad.
the car that you might actually be looking for right now.
Well, it's like the Saab people are like, they're nerds, right? So it's like, it's like the Corvette people, like you can get whatever, I forget what the name of the company, like, oh, you are one of two built with this option package, and blah, blah, blah. It didn't go that far because there weren't really options on those cars. It was just, year 99 to 02. Yep. Was it a 3-door or 5-door? And what color was it in?
Yeah.
But, it's like even just, I had a black 5-door, and I think it was an 01 or an 02. I can't remember. But it was like one of, I think, 37 built that year. Wow. Or something like that. And then if you went across all the years, it was like one of like 76 or something like that.
If you had to choose, if you could choose today, and the car would just show up on your doorstep, what package would you put together? Vigen. What package?
Yellow 2-door.
Okay. They made a yellow. That's probably good.
I might be. So I'm checking as I break Al's Millennium Falcon behind me.
I'm about to do something with that.
We're going to spend the next episode putting the Millennium Falcon back together.
Try to get lapel mics. We're going to be doing Legos on the table.
Right. So they did yellow, I think it was like 97, 98 when it was still the 900.
Okay.
Before they switched to the 93. And then in that body style in 03, the sedans went to the new really, really GM like styling in 03.
Yep.
But the convertibles stayed in the old body style for 03.
Okay.
And they had a few packages. I'm pretty sure the Vigens were, because I know it was blue, black, gray. Hold on.
Yellow's such a good color.
I'm like 99.9999% sure that there was yellow. I'm just second guessing myself.
Hog Rider.
Yes. Yeah, so lightning blue, which is the blue color, Monte Carlo yellow, and laser red. So 99 they did blue, black, yellow. 2000 blue, black, silver, yellow. 2001, 2002 black, silver, red, and steel gray.
Okay.
So it would have to be, and then overall production numbers. So they only did 4,600 overall from 99 to 02. 922 black, 774 gray, 504 lightning blue, 458 silver, 206 laser red, 68 Monte Carlo yellows.
That'd be impossible to find.
Yeah.
At least 20 to 30 of those got totaled.
That's the holy grail.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So, to answer your question, yes, it would be a two-door Monte Carlo yellow that would show up on my doorstep.
So good.
Second would be red.
Okay.
I like the blue, but like I associate the blue with like ours.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like my R was blue.
Yep.
Great. Gorgeous color.
Yep.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I always like the white ones, the red ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blue doesn't.
I went white over blue with my Golf R.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like white. I like white and silver. They hide all the little piddly bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's
little
like we said,
scratches, little dings.
Ferraris are red.
Yeah.
Ours are blue.
Yeah.
Go with the different one.
Yeah.
Go with the white one. I also think you said silver. I think silver can be such an underrated color sometimes. Like, obviously, silver Mark IVs light them all on fire because there's so many
There's
of them.
so
No one
many.
cares anymore.
It was
But
the color.
to do a silver car and to do it correctly, I saw, and it was an FEG 80, whatever BMW it was at Beast Coast yesterday, but it was like this, I want to call it like an ice silver, like almost blue, whatever. So good and just clean. It was on black wheels, which I'm never really a fan of, but it just, the whole car looked, that ice color is so nice.
Silver is an underrated color.
I agree.
Like everyone thinks it's just like a boring silver, like whatever.
Depends
but
on the model. Like you said, Mark IV, yeah, you don't, I mean, unless it's an R32, but even then, it's still, it's just, they made so many of them in that.
Like my generation daily driver, like the 11 to 16 or whatever, the silver is pretty boring when you see it like out in general, but there's a truck like that with a silver, like the rain guards on the side that are color matched. It's got a cowl hood that's silver. It's just, it's more silver than factory, and it's perfect. You're like, okay, you just have to like kind of bring the silver out a little bit harder and it blends in less, if that makes sense.
Yeah, more accents.
More accents and more color matched accents, and it really just like makes it all pop and doesn't like make it blend in with traffic.
Like
I think that's what you have to do with silver.
Silver Mark IIs and 3s?
Yep. No.
They didn't make a lot of them.
Nope.
What was the color? Was it Silver Arrow?
Yeah.
I had
the
a
Mark
silver, I
III.
had 2 silver Arrow Mark IIIs.
And then my Mark II was silver.
Yep.
You know, but
no, and it's, I mean, even some of the boring cars like Mojave beige.
Yep.
Was always kind of it's an awesome color, but they didn't, back in the day it was kind of like a whatever color, like it was a toss away. And then because I had a Mojave beige wagon, Mark IV wagon, and it's just like the old man tan. It's so good.
Yeah.
But it's, again, you have to add the accents to make it pop a little bit more, or else you're just traffic, and no one, you can't tell the difference. But yeah, no, colors, I mean, don't be boring. Stop being lame. Oh, man. It's fun.
You just, every time you say Mojave beige, I just go back to the dealership. Like, we'd always get stuck. It never failed. Yep. It would be like towards the end of the model year, and Volkswagen's like, you, sir, all of these that didn't sell, you are going to get stuck with 20 base model Passats in reef blue or beige because nobody bought them, and you're going to get all of them. And inevitably, they always got blown out for like $150 a month lease specials because like you had to take a bath on every single one of them.
And the person who's driving is probably hyped because they got a $150 a month lease special. Right. They're good.
Absolutely. But like for me, a Passat in beige, if it has the right accents on it, it's not bad.
I don't hate it.
No. I don't hate beige.
You got to do something with it, because if you leave it too boring, it's just that. It's everyone else. It's Mima driving her, whatever down the road.
I mean, that's who bought them.
I mean,
that's who bought all of them.
The burgundies, the beiges,
or that 350 credit score you were talking about earlier that got couldn't get the road.
Those were the orange, the habanero orange Jettas when they just came out with the Mark 7s. But not the ones that had like the black interior. Yep. They would have like this like greige interior. It was like grayish beige, and you'd always get without fail you'd get shoved with like 2 or 3 of those.
But you know what?
And
they were 15 years, 20 years, that's going to be the color.
So the habanero orange
that people are going to want.
So it's funny. The Jettas, nobody wanted them. Mm-hmm. Nobody. You couldn't sell an orange Jetta to save your life. Yep. The Tiguan's,
all of them.
Yep. Like, you had people coming in, and there was no age range.
That's wild.
Like, it would be, a 23-year-old woman or, grandma or 60-year-old guy. Like, there was no, they would just come in and be like, I need an orange Tiguan.
This one. I saw this one. Well, it's like Fahrenheit.
Yep.
I mean, and I will say, you see way more Fahrenheit Jettas than you do GTIs.
Yes.
Because that orange, you don't see that ever. There was one that lived in Mount Vernon, New Hampshire that was bone stock, and it said the license plate was some spin-off of like Orange is the New Black, like the TV show back in the day, but whatever. And that thing lived there, bone stock, beat to crap always. They just drove it. But you don't see many of the yellow GTIs or the orange GTIs.
I mean, realistically, either of them. I mean, I can't remember the last time. The GTI is way more harder to find than the GLIs.
I think it's the 2-door versus 4-door.
True. And shout out John Breeden for still having his Fahrenheit and still keeping it on the road. And that thing is clean. It's been through some stuff, but that thing is clean.
Yeah, they were hot cars. I remember when I started at Seacoast, our sales manager had one. Yep. He bought it brand new in 07. And this was like 2012, 2013. And he kept it for a while. I think kept it to like 2016 or 17 or something like that. He was all about that car.
They're cool.
And then he obviously traded it on the lot and he got a new GLI. And then I ended up selling it to some kid that I knew through Volkswagen stuff down in Rhode Island. Yep. His girlfriend bought it. Yep. So
I never knew anything about him until I was down at H2O at the actual car show and came across the GTI, and I'm actually like looking in it and on it, and I was like, oh, this isn't just like a color.
No.
Like the interior and
it had like the
stuff.
color match trim and stuff like that. But outside of that, though,
pretty cool.
It was still a soft.
Yeah.
It was a soft VW special edition. It was literally just a color.
They gave you the little Fahrenheit badge, right?
Yeah, they did like with the R's. Like there was no actually numbered cars. It was just like, oh, cool, this car is going to get this number slapped on the steering wheel.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like, the price difference couldn't have been that much more.
I don't think it was that much. Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't, when they were new, I wasn't there. But I think, probably like $1,500 or something like that. Like I don't think it was a dress.
I would opt for it if I was into the color.
In a payment, what's $1,500?
Yeah,
it's nothing at the end of the day. And why not? But also a lot of people don't think about that when they're going in for a payment. But to get something that's, they're not worth really a fair.
They're not worth really any more than.
But it's still
it's a Mark V. It's a Mark
V. It's going to be rotted
fenders and rockers and
It's as long as lately the 2.5s, 5-cylinders, they're the greatest motor in my opinion.
Yes,
they're just troopers.
Yeah,
it's the ABA of the new generation. They are so good, and like you've seen. There hasn't been many of them, but what was that kid? There was a kid H2O a couple years ago that had a 2.5 that was like straight piped. And
straight pipe 2.5.
There was a screaming.
Yeah. I forget who it was. Somebody down at H2O. They were. I don't know, they're partying out in the fucking deck and they hear cargo by straight pipe 2.5. It was just like losing their mind. Dude. Yeah, it was a thing.
But no, there was such good motors.
Yeah, well, they got hot for a while because like it was your base engine, so like everybody was coming out with parts. Like I remember when I got mine, Eurojet came out with their headers.
Yep.
For the 2.5, and I was like, absolutely done. I'm getting those.
Yep.
Kind of made it sound like a Honda. It was a little raspy, but it still was like unmistakably. But it was cool. And then I always got jealous because I had already sold mine at that point. But then Kyle Krish took his to the next level because that's when C2 and all them were coming out. Started with the intake manifolds and all that stuff. And it was like you could get 190, 200 wheel naturally aspirated up. It was never going to be a race car.
Not until you turbo it.
No, but but you could put, you could get a GTI 6-speed and it bolts up. So you give yourself those little bit of shorter gears and you'd have the extra gear for the highway.
What's the engine code on those?
07K.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I think there was two. I think there was two renditions because they had. I don't know if they were all 07Ks or if it was just a tuning change because like 05.5 to 07, they were 150 horsepower, super low red lines. It was like a 5,800 RPM.
Really?
Yeah, red line with like a 6,000 RPM like cut.
Yep.
But then you could chip them and you could run them to like 7,200 or something like that. And then 08, 2010, they were 170 horsepower. With a higher red line. I think it was like a 63 or 6,400 RPM red line or something like that. But
also, you're old when you call it a chip.
Oh,
we're gonna chip this car.
Yeah.
When it was a thing.
I got a chip from my Mark II VRT.
It's so good.
So
just literally putting a computer chip in. But no, the 07K, that too. My girlfriend has one in her Passat, bone stock, 230,000
They're
miles.
brick shithouses.
Dude, thing just chugs.
Yeah.
We need to do an oil pan gasket. That's the only thing that it needs right now. They're so good.
So all 2.5 06 to 14 is an 07K.
They're all 7Ks.
Yeah.
I think hers is a 12. But it's awesome. They're so good. And it's nice because she's one of those people that doesn't care. She was like, I'll drive anything. So I'm like, cool. We're making that thing run.
This is your actually reliable Volkswagen that you can buy.
Yep. That thing is going to run forever.
Yep.
So no, that's.
I mean,
cool.
people are stuffing those things in
Yeah.
Mark 2s, 3s, whatever.
No, the fact that
It's a good swap.
It's a good.
And you can turbo it.
Yep.
Like if you really want to be,
Yeah. But
that
I mean,
guy.
what you said, 170 out of the box.
Yeah.
So stuff that in a Mark II. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad.
No.
Better than
better
the
than an
90
ABA.
that came in it. The 90 horsepower that came in an ABA, right? Like, no, it's a good. I think, and then Volkswagen really never did anything with it. It never.
No.
I don't know. It was just their base model, like whatever. But I feel like they could have done something with it if they wanted to.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of with the RS3.
I guess. Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
So, back to like having your car in for a car show and like applying.
Yeah.
Wolfsgart.
Yep.
People used to bitch about like the cars that were inside the hangars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like at the same time, you want to have different cars in. You don't want to have 50 because their number was 50.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't want to have 50 just Volkswagens in
Yeah.
there, and they're all going to be the same.
Well, and if you're going to complain about it, submit your own car.
Yes.
Oh, you don't have a car, decent enough to be in there?
Yeah.
Stop complaining about it.
You know, because they'd have everything in there from like a completely stock Mark II
Yep.
to an over-the-top Mark IV.
Which I also think that someone who's genuinely interested in it wants to see that bone stock super clean Mark II.
Yep.
Like, because those were, it's not like they're letting in a bone stock rotted Mark II.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This thing's borderline off the showroom.
Yep.
Like, I want to see
You
that
pop
too.
the hood, and it's brand new.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yep.
Like, as well as the other stuff, has its own right and its own cool factor, in my opinion.
But they get mad about the RX-7.
Yep.
You know, because they're like, well, it's a German car show. And I mean, yeah, that's how it started out. And it changed after 20 years.
Also, if you stuck with a specifically German car show that you want to grow,
Yep.
it's not gonna grow. And I feel like the world of cars is, I mean, maybe because I'm not in it so much anymore, I feel this way, but I feel like it's moving a little bit further. It's moving more into everything as a collective. There's not many people who are going to specific, manufacturer shows.
I mean, Dust Off talks about it. Good for Dust Off.
Awesome.
They're like, we don't need.
Exactly.
We like what we have, and
Yep.
it's great.
Yep.
And you can bring your car, and you can park outside, and you can come in with your friends.
Yep.
And he's like, we know that a lot of the guys that used to come 10 years ago have changed.
Yep.
But they're like, it is what it is.
And that's fine. Come as a spectator or
Yep.
just don't come. And they don't, because they don't care.
Yep.
Not that they don't care, but they don't care about expanding.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to make this empire, whatever you want to call it. Like, they're just making it work. But speaking of Wolfsgart,
Yep.
the drama, the whatever you want to call it, people losing their minds about it not being in Burlington anymore, or not technically
I mean,
Burlington, but
that probably kills it for me.
you think so? So
I
have you
don't-
Googled how far away Lake George is?
No.
It's no further than Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah, you just go a different way.
You just go a different way.
Because I was like, I assume you'd have to go up that way and take the ferry or whatever.
I don't know if it's the same from here.
Yeah.
You are going to pass me.
Okay,
You
so
go
you're
out
going to
through
take the lower
Keene,
half through.
all
okay.
the way out through like 101, and basically you're literally heading west. You have to head north a
yeah,
little bit.
you
at
probably
the end,
take
but-
91 up to Albany and then like cut over a little bit and
well,
just go up
so
through New York.
From like me, you go all the way through southern New Hampshire, like from like to the west side of the.
I mean, yeah,
southern New Hampshire.
you're not wrong.
It's no further.
Because it's 3 hours 20 minutes. You can probably cut off 15 minutes driving, but yeah, it's literally straight over instead of banging up 89 all the way to basically.
Because I'll say I felt the exact same way
Canada.
that you reacted to. Nope, I'm done. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Granted, I haven't gone to Wolfsgart in years anyway, but then the second I saw that, I was like, oh, it's literally the same drive, just in a different direction. I'm like, well, why? Why wouldn't we try it?
Yeah.
And maybe not this year.
No.
And like we said earlier, the first year of everything's not always great. So maybe you give it a little bit, give them some time to figure it out, and maybe next year we think about it or the year after.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice area. It's a nice area to go vacation, and there's a lot of stuff to do out in Lake George and whatnot. But I don't know. I think it could be worth checking out, or at least seeing how it goes.
It's going to be a totally different vibe, though. It's not a. It's not a campground in Winooski. Lake George is definitely a different vibe.
Which is probably for the best, because that campground was getting scary.
Dude, I went in the last time I was there, and I was like, I talked about it last week or whatever. I was like, it's different there than when we used to go.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, everyone's 21 years old, if that.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know anybody in here.
And don't get me wrong, I was there at one point, but Wolfsgart also wasn't what it was when I was that age doing that stuff. I don't know. I think it's for, maybe it's honestly for the best that it's one of those things you go out on top, right? Like Wolfsgart, I mean, there was always some stuff. There's always going to be some stuff. But Wolfsgart did really well for a long time. Maybe it's all right for them to just move away from this Burlington location and kind of close that chapter and do something new. Because like I said, at first I was the same as everyone else that's been going to Wolfsgart for years. Well, this is stupid. I'm never going again, blah, 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 blah. And the more I think about it, I'm like, this might actually be good.
It's actually not that
Keep
far.
the name alive. It's not any further away. And, it's going to take a couple years before someone's going to try and ruin it. So enjoy it while it's out there. Maybe that's what people should do. Just new location every 2 years, and then people can't ruin it.
Think about how Waterfest. I don't know. Did you ever go down to Waterfest? I
never went to Waterfest, no.
It started off in New York, and then I think it changed locations 3 times before it ended up in Atlantic City, and then I think it only lasted 2 years there, and then it was done.
Yeah.
But I mean, the last one right before they moved, that was at the racetrack.
Yep.
I mean, it was there forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes you have to move. You either outgrow it, or the location doesn't want you, or whatever it is.
Whatever happened with Skirt, it is what it is. I don't know what the story, but
I heard he waited too long to sign the lease, and they basically said, eat shit.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really miss a year, right?
Yeah.
If you miss a year, I feel like that turns everyone off even more than scrambling and trying to find someone else. And maybe this brings in different people too. There was a lot of people from New York who would go to Burlington.
I mean, he's from New York.
Yeah.
So, because I know he started a second car show.
Yep.
And I think it was in the fall for, I don't know, I forget what the models were.
Yep.
Like what he was focusing on. But I think it was at Lake George.
Okay.
It was around there.
Yeah, so maybe this is for the best.
So
I'd be interested to check it out, in a year or two and see what it's like and what it's all about.
Yeah. I'd like to see what the show coverage looks like this year
Agreed.
and see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I mean, hey, whatever, good for them.
Yeah.
You got to make it work, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just give up on it.
Yeah.
You at least got to try to keep it going.
Yeah.
And if it fails, then you're like, all right, then you got to reevaluate.
Yep. But at least you tried.
Yeah, try
That's
to find
all
a
that
new
matters.
location and move on. I mean, H2O did it too. They moved a bunch of times. I think H2O started in somebody's backyard.
Probably.
Right? I think it was
something.
it was
something weird
but
like
then
that.
They just move up, and
H2O will be the story forever, right?
Yeah. I wish I was there in 13, 12, and
those were the
Those
I
days.
say that because that's when I was there.
You were
but
there.
It was.
But when I started going, I was like, all right, this is cool. It was on the brink. It was at the peak of going down.
Yeah.
So,
dude, it burnt so hot and so fast. It's just it's the craziest story
It was a complete.
ever.
It did just turn into a dumpster fire
So
real
insane.
fast.
real fast. You
Yep.
blame all the JDM guys, but I mean, the Volkswagen guys are still,
Yeah, they're just as bad. And
Just as bad, if not
the
worse.
new generation, I
because
don't
they're
think
the
it
ones on the
matters.
side of the road getting them to do it.
Yeah.
Do a burnout because their car can't.
Literally.
That's literally what it is.
Drift this corner because my front wheel drive 2.5 isn't going to be able to do it.
So, all right, well, we'll call that.
And then Hoyt hits the curb with a McChicken.
You know what? Now I'm going to share that. So anybody who's listening, I'm going to share that Wednesday on the story. I'm going to find that YouTube video.
Yep.
Hoyt in an RX-8 drifting a corner and smashing the curb.
Chick-fil-A or whatever it
in
was.
his hand. I'll have to remember to do that Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. We'll listen on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast. Follow us on Three Pedals Podcast, Car House. Capone, Send It. Dan J. Pendleton, not here. Jen Benson with an underscore, right?
Yeah, with an underscore in the middle there. And I appreciate you guys having me on again.
No,
I'm happy to fill in for Dan.
Anytime somebody's not here, or if you even want to come when there's only us three. I can send you a message and
As
see
long
what you're
as
into.
your guys' followers like to have me here, I'm cool
No,
with that.
you're
And even if they don't, fuck them.
yeah, fuck it.
You ain't wrong.
They probably don't want me here, so fuck it. But I mean, your episode number 4 is still the number. It's weird that I figured as we keep going, we'd get more listeners. But your number 4 episode is ranked the number 1.
Hey, well,
So
I'll take it.
yeah,
It's a win for me.
yep. So and then 3pedalspodcast.com I think takes you to.
Takes you to Al's OnlyFans.
No one needs to see that.
No, nobody wants to see my butthole. But I think that takes you to the Instagram page, and Carhouse takes you to the YouTube. And I think I'm going to start doing more stuff with the YouTube side. Like, I think I'm going to try to document I was originally going to do it myself, but Ryan's helping. So I'm just going to take minimal video and picture, but I want to try to document the Celsior.
Yeah, absolutely.
Putting the car audio in. He wants to take the factory amp out. I meant to say this earlier. He wants to take the factory amp out and put the 2 amps underneath the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I was just going to leave all that shit in and overlay new speaker wire. He's like, no. He's like, you don't do that. And I was like, what? And he's like, use the factory speaker wire and we'll plug it in from the stuff under the seat. He's like, you don't need to upgrade the wiring unless you get to, like, he rattled off some number that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
So I was
something
like,
only Ryan knows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was like, oh, all right. So we just put in new speakers and then just slap the door panel back on and call it a day. I was like, that's sick. So, I mean, I haven't done car audio in 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, I've always just put speakers in, overrun new wires, throw them through the door, and
I've never even done new speakers.
Yeah.
I've only gone head unit.
Yeah.
That's the farthest I've ever gone.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try to document that.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna do the same thing with the Mark II when it comes home if I ever get that. But
And I think everyone should ask more questions when you post on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or just ask. It
I
doesn't
meant
even
to
have to be
do it-
ask a question.
I meant to do it yesterday.
Just throw something out there. 'Cause
it needs more time.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean? Because like when Dan did it early, we had like 7 or 8 questions.
Yep.
So I forgot until I woke up this morning, and I fucking mistyped ask.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
I didn't. I'm the worst.
Literally the worst.
Nobody judged the grammar in Al's posts.
No.
I didn't have my glasses on. I didn't proofread, and I've been telling myself I need to proofread more. I fat finger
Take
it.
the phone away from Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa don't need no phone. So that's it. We'll see you next week. Bye.